You are now rocking with the hottest boxing podcast in the land. True Media Boxing Radio with your host, Coach Malachi Williams.
True.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. Peace to the family, man. It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams. We in the building, back once again. Happy Wednesday to everybody, man. I hope everybody enjoying their Wednesday. You know, what they call it in Florida, well, not in Florida, in the United States, they call it hump day. So, you know, hump day, I guess that's supposed to be the middle of the week. You know, well, it is the middle of the week, the middle of the work week anyways, you get what I'm saying? So, we don't have conventional Monday through Friday work weeks, you know what I mean? You got people working on the weekends. You know, you got people, it's just different now. It's a lot different now than it was from the olden days, you get what I'm saying? So, I was sitting back talking to my partner. He was telling me about that we was talking about. This was a while ago. Matter of fact, no, this was yesterday. I was talking to my homeboy yesterday. One of my OGs, the dude, I think he's like 8 years older than me. He's doing very well. He's rich, so doing very well. You know, did time in the Fed, stuff like that. Got out. You know, and now he's doing very, very well. Been out for a good little while now. But we were just talking about just how things have changed from then till now. You get what I'm saying? You know, he's a bona fide hustler, and he just learned a different hustle. He's in the scrap metal business. I got a couple of my partners, they do scrap metal. And they're doing very well. It's millionaires off scrap metal, like literally. You know what I mean? Going to different dealerships, getting rotors, engines, motors, just all kind of stuff. What they call them down here, Cadillac converters, the converters, just a whole lot of stuff. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty much, they getting it, man. They getting it. So I like to be around people who doing things that, it kind of inspire me. Like today, I didn't go to the gym yet today, so I will be going to the gym after the show. So I'm not going to do 3 hours on the show. I'm going to do about 2.5 hours today. But, yeah, man, they getting it, man. Today I was just so motivated and inspired. I said, some things that I'm missing, man. There's some things I got to do to really push us forward a lot faster. So I got some things I'm working on, man. So hopefully, this works out with this company that discovered me, and we're gonna see if we can get a good working relationship. We're gonna take off. Shout out to G5, man. Salute, fam. Shout out to G5. G5 salute. Andy Payne, what's going on, fam? He say there's money in odd stuff, coach. I know. So yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. That sells old tech and hardware. Oh, okay. Shout out to Mika. Mika, what's going on, Mika? Mika, what's going on? Yeah, man. What you say, Mika? You say my uncle does this. He lives good, but I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he got some thousands. Yeah. I mean, listen, Mika, I got a partner. He got trucks. Like he have scrap metal. Both of these dudes is in the game. Hustlers. Like we from the 80s. They 8 years older than me, but them niggas, they rich now. Like this dude got a warehouse. He got trucks on the road, and he's sending them all over the country collecting scrap metal from car dealerships. That's what he does. And I got another one who learned up under him when he got out of jail, when he got out of the feds, and he learned up under him, and now he doing his thing. He's not on the level to my homeboy Rico. Shout out to Rico, but he's doing his thing. You know, I think he told me, he said he touched 1 million, so that's what he said. He said he got about 1 million. That's what he say. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. I used to do scrap metal too. He the one turned me on to it, but it didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me. I made some money, but I wasn't on his level. It didn't work out for me. If I would have stuck with it, if I would still been doing it now, I probably would have been strapped. You know, but it's a lot of driving, and you got to go here, you got to go there. You know, it's work. It's not easy. It's work, but you know, you're working for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So, anyways, we got over 100 people here. Not yet. Once we get over 100, I give everybody a round of applause. But salute to everybody. Peace to the family. You know, I was looking at this interview yesterday. Well, matter of fact, this interview was earlier this week. I want to say it was Monday. You know, that Shakur Stevenson did with Fight Hype. And, you know, Shakur has a fight coming up with Kid Austin. So him and Kid Austin going to be fighting each other soon. I don't see anything that Kid is going to bring to the table that Shakur hasn't seen. You know, Kid Austin is a good, you know. If he fights the way he normally fights, yeah, he gonna get beat. He gonna get beat 8 rounds to 4, 7, 9-3. You know what I mean? If he fights the way he normally fights, you get what I'm saying? All that lunging in, not working behind no jab, and just being overly athletic for no reason. You know, if he's doing all that shit there, he can forget it. What did you say, Andy Payne? He said, I know someone who sells used clothes in India, Africa, and Eastern Europe. Money in that too. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just, you know, it's you know, you got to be very, very creative when it comes to making money in today's time. You got to be very creative. You got to always be creative, you know. Shout out to Lisa Bell. Lisa, what's going on, Lisa? G5 from the Bronx. You know, G5 from the Bronx. Shout out to Lucius. Salute. Andy Payne in the building. Mr. Tomato Can. Mr. Tomato Can said, make that money. Yeah, you have to. You know, as long as you're doing it legally, you want to try to, you know, it's out there. There's a lot of things that's out there. You know, me, I like to try stuff, and then if it works, I tell you about it. If it don't work, I tell you about it. Yeah, man, I tried that. That didn't work. But it don't mean it won't work for you. It just, I learned from my mistakes. You know, you learn through trial and error. You know, the best, you know, there's an old saying, you know, there's an old saying, experience, you know, the best teacher in life is experience. So, you know, you experience things from what you go through personally, and you can learn the lessons from what other people have done, you know, and it teaches you what not to do. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But shout out to Miss Connie, shout out to Miss Black Panther, John, my sister Lisa Bales, Steven, Mr. Juan Carlo, Mr. Tomato Can, Andy Payne, Justin, salute, brother. Shout out to Justin. You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get into the show. Shakur Stevenson explains how Turki Alashihk is saving boxing. This is what Shakur Stevenson is saying, right? In a recent interview with Fight Hype, Shakur Stevenson explained why he feels Turki Alashihk is saving boxing. Shakur says Turki is making fighters drop their nuts by making 50-50 fights. I don't think no one can disagree with the 50-50 fight thing. And the reason why is because you even have some fighters over here in America, they complain, you know, ain't gonna say no names, but they complain like, yeah, every time somebody go over there, they get their ass whooped. And it's not every time somebody go over there to get their ass whooped, or they fight on this card to get their ass whooped. That's not true. But what he's saying is, you know, the guy who said it, he's used to fighting behind the cherry picking paywall, right? So on my side of the street, I get to dictate who I fight, and we look at, you know, we're going to put something together, you know, 20 times out of 10, I'm going to win. It ain't, you know, this guy ain't even on my level. But, you know, that guy, he had a problem with it. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, according to Shakur, this guy is pretty much, you know, he making fighters drop their nuts, you know, and I totally agree with that. You know, some fighters, like we saw Jarrell, we saw Jared Anderson. You know, he was up there dancing. He was up there on the stage with Martin Bacoli. He was dancing and smiling and playing the guitar and all that stuff there. You know, he made some good money to get in the ring, but I seriously doubt that he thought he was going to lose. Had he known that he was going to lose, now Top Rank did not want that fight from what I heard. Top Rank knew. The matchmakers over there at Top Rank, shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Miss Connie. The matchmakers knew, probably Carl Moretti and Bruce Trampler and stuff like that. They knew, like, man, we don't like this fight. They know. They like the matchmakers pretty much know, for the most part. They don't always get it right. But you get what I'm saying? They don't always get it right, but they get it, they get it pretty much spot on, for the most part. So they know, danger. They know, okay, this is a dangerous fight right here. I don't know if we want to do this, danger fight. I don't know if we want to do this fight right here. So from what I've learned, Top Rank didn't want to make that fight at all. They like, man, Jared Anderson, that's that young prospect, but it was smoke and mirrors with him. He's a good fighter, but he's not the next savior in the heavyweight boxing. Now, he the only thing we got in America from a heavyweight standpoint, for the most part. What we got? We ain't got nothing. Who we got? We got Gerald. We got Jarrell Miller. But he's never been a champion, never held the title, and he got popped twice for PED. So he's a good fighter, but I don't, get what I'm saying? I can't. I don't know if we can hold stock in him. He's better than Jared. He's better than Jared Anderson. He's better than Jared Anderson. But then we got Jared Anderson. He defensively flawed, pull his head straight back in the line. So we ain't got nothing in the heavyweight division. Wilder, that's done. Johnny Rice, he doing security. So Michael Coffey, he got beat by Johnny Rice. Andy Payne, St. Torres, that's my main man. I'm not sold on Torres. I can't even front, bro. I don't see nothing. Torres been fighting tomato cans. I'm not sold on Torres at all. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not sold on him. His curly hair, none of that. And this ain't no shade. I ain't hating on him, but I'm just not, I'm not sold on him. You get what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. I don't see nothing special about him. He's an average fighter. He's a prospect. I'm not sold on him. He's going to have to make a believe out of me. Skulo said, we still got Andy Ruiz, coach. How we got Andy Ruiz where? Where he at? Where Andy Ruiz at? Bro, like, does he still box? You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, does he still box? Nah. You get what I'm saying? Nah. So, Alejandro Cruz said, he said, but you sold on Pacheco. I like Pacheco. I didn't say I was sold on him, but I like Pacheco. Pacheco has great skills. Like, you can't tell me, you like from a boxing standpoint, and I know you probably going to want to just type in the chat and stuff like that. You're not going to call the show when I drop the phone lines. Y'all never do. But from a boxing standpoint, I can literally break down anything you want to break down. From a stylistic standpoint, footwork, all that there. I would eat you alive. No diddy on that. Literally. We can look at what that dude, the heavyweight they got over there, Torres. We can look at Torres from a skill set standpoint and look at Pacheco from a skill set standpoint, and I can break that shit down in probably like 2-3 minutes. No problem. All you gotta do is call the show. That shit too easy. That shit like taking candy from a baby. Literally. You get what I'm saying? So, shout out to Skulo. Skulo, what's going on, fam? What did he say? He said, I was just naming them, big bro. Oh, you talking about Andy Ruiz? Yeah, man, don't nobody know where Andy Ruiz at, man. That man probably at Burger King somewhere. And when the last time he fought? He fought in August. He fought Gerald Miller. He lost that fight. They robbed Gerald Miller and made it a draw. Prior to that, when the last time he fought prior to that? So, Andy Ruiz, man, he's a good fighter, but man, it ain't no telling, man. When we gonna see him again? Is he at Pizza Hut? Is he at a food truck in LA? It is what it is. So Buzzwire said we got Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter's a good fighter. His only loss was to Usyk, if I'm not mistaken. But Michael Hunter I think Michael Hunter is more independent. He's more of a independent, well, all of them are independent contractors, but he's not, I don't think Michael Hunter is signed to, last time I saw Michael Hunter, he was signed to Don King. Not signed, I don't know if he was signed to him, but he fought on the Don King undercard. The last time I saw Michael Hunter. So if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, didn't he fight on the Adrian Broner undercard when he fought Blair the Flair Cobb? If I'm not mistaken, I think he fought on the Adrian Broner Blair Cobb undercard, Michael Hunter. So, yeah, Michael Hunter's a good fighter. You know what? I forgot all about Michael Hunter. He's a good fighter, though. He is a good fighter. He just doesn't get the notoriety. He doesn't get the notoriety. You get what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. Now, some American fighters and promoters don't like that concept that Turkey is making fighters drop their nuts by making 50-50 fights. You know, boxing is, a lot of times boxing is about smoke and mirrors. Turki Alashihk forces promoters and fighters to take risky fights without the protection of cherry picking.
But this bomb is taking the easy matches, fighting other bombs.
When you see an American fighter adamant about not fighting on Turki Alalshikh's fight cards, it has nothing to do with the money because the money is lovely. You get what I'm saying? But this is the sole reason why. Man, motherfucker, man. We can't use my matchmaker? Nah, you ain't use your matchmaker. I'm gonna pay you this money, but you gonna have to fight who we tell you to fight. We gonna match it up real good. No, I don't like him. He messing the sport up. Why he messing the sport up? Cause I can't cherry pick over there with him. True. Ain't no Darkwing Doug, no Daffy Doug, no Donald Doug, no Scrooge McDuck, no Howard the Duck. Ain't none of that over there. Ain't no witness protection program. The CIA can't save you. The FBI not gonna watch you. The Department of Homeland Security not gonna do it. The armed forces ain't gonna do it. Nah, dog, you gotta go in there and wallow. You gotta earn your keep. You get what I'm saying? You gotta earn your keep, fam. That's the reality of the situation. We're gonna find out if you are who they say you are. You get what I'm saying? So, that's just the reality of the situation. It is what it is. So we'll see exactly, as I said, when you see an American fighter that's adamant about not fighting on Turki Alashihk's fight cards, this is the reason why. There's no cherry picking or witness protection program over there. In other news, I saw another interview with Eddie the Hitman Hearn. He had a lot to say about Naoya Inoue. Eddie says that Inoue is ducking MJ Akhmadaliev, right? He said he's ducking, Akhmadaliev. He's ducking MJ. That's what Eddie Hearn say. That's Eddie Hearn fighter. Eddie let it be known that Inoue has been ordered to fight MJ twice. Not one time, but 2 times. And he hasn't fought him yet. This, now, and he also said that, he's going to put the paperwork in again if he doesn't fight his mandatory, which he did try to fight his mandatory in Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman was a mandatory, but he got hurt twice, injured twice, so he had to pull out and then they fought a replacement. So Eddie said that we're going to fill out the paperwork if, I guarantee that Inoue is going to duck doggone MJ. He's not going to fight. He's going to duck him, and he's going to get stripped of the WBA strap. I think that's the WBA belt or the IBF. I'm not sure. Probably the WBA because the IBF don't play. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see how that works out. But this is the type of thing that goes on in boxing with certain fighters, especially in America, right? Some fighters are allowed to do what they want to do, and other fighters are not allowed to do what they want to do. We have fighters over here in North America. They've had guys that's the number 1 contender, the mandatories and all that stuff there, and they go years without fighting them. Errol Spence did it with IBF. Jamal Charlo did it with the WBC. Canelo's, just some fighters, they just, they are awarded certain privileges with certain sanctioning bodies, depending on who the sanctioning body is. So, I remember Errol Spence, he went like 3 years without even fighting the IBF mandatory. As a matter of fact, he didn't even have to fight. I think his IBF mandatory was against Ocampo, and he didn't have a mandatory 3 years after that, all the way up until when he fought Terrence Crawford. Boots became his IBF mandatory January of 2023 of that year, and nothing happened. He ended up fighting Crawford. Then he lost to Crawford, and then the IBF decided we're going to enforce this IBF mandatory after letting Spence not have to fight for 3 years of IBF mandatory. And so they stripped Crawford like 2.5, 3 months after he won the belt. So for not fighting, they ordered the mandatory, but it's like, dude, he had a contract to fight doggone Errol Spence. Everybody knew that was an automatic rematch. Everybody knew that. You know, even the sanctioning bodies. So it is what it is. Now, if, you know, that's pretty much how it goes in boxing, man. Certain fighters are able to do what they want to do, getting certain privileges, and others don't. You know, it's not equal in boxing, right? Eddie says that Inoue is ducking MJ, as you guys know. This is the type of thing, as I said before, that goes on with certain fighters. You know, some fighters are allowed to do what they want and others are not. You know, some fighters are awarded certain privileges and others are not. Do you guys think that Shakur Stevenson is right about Turki Alashihk? Meaning that, you know, he said he's saving boxing. If saving boxing is making the best fights, then I would agree with that. You know, we just want to see the best fights. May the best man win. Hell, we got 2 undisputed fights in a year at a heavyweight, and we're getting a second one at light heavyweight. So we have that. Just fights that we wouldn't have gotten, that we've been trying to get for years. Like the Beterbiev and Bivol fight, has been trying to get that fight for years, and lo and behold, you know, somebody come from Saudi Arabia to put that fight, make that fight happen. Sanction the bodies are all on board with it. Mauricio Sulaiman went to saying we're not going to mandate this fight because of the war that's going on with Ukraine and Russia. Then when Turki Alashihk come aboard, he forgot all about that. He was happy to make the fight, mandate the fight. True. I wonder what happened. I wonder. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see exactly what's going on. Do you guys think that Eddie Hearn is right about MJ, that Inoue ducking MJ? Let's talk about it. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, absolutely, man. Today's show has been sponsored by Foster's Barbershop. Foster's Barbershop right there on 1923 West Main Street, right here in Tampa, Florida. You know, you can book an appointment on Bookski as long as you go to the app, book an appointment on Bookski. It's a luxury barbershop. It's the only luxury barbershop that I know in the city of Tampa that I know of. You know, you got to book an appointment, and there's not a long line. You ain't gonna be in there with a whole bunch of people. When you book an appointment, it's gonna be probably you and one other person, you and the barber, maybe another other person. That's it. That's all gonna be there. $50 or better. It's a luxury barbershop. You're gonna have privacy. You know, you can have drinks, whatever. They got a bar there, everything, and they got a tiki bar in the back, serve drinks, whatever. You can go in the back and smoke whatever, and you know, you can get up out of there. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Foster's Barbershop, man, you know, on 1923 West Main Street. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all support the channel. You know, we will be going live this weekend. Somebody send me the stream. Somebody send me a stream to my DM on Instagram, because I do want to go live for the fight. I just don't want to pay $80 for it. I just don't want to pay $80 for it. I'm standing on business with that. I'm making a statement, you know. It is what it is. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to who we got here. Shout out to the lovely Miss Connie. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. Hey, okay. Shout out to Damian Bennett. Damian, what's going on? Hey, there go David. Hey, David, man, you got to cut it out, man. He say Death Row, aka PBC, will fully comply soon. Yeah, I mean the money. I mean, hey, Damian, you starting to see it now. Shout out to Tila. You starting to see it now. You starting to see it now. You starting to see fighters, some of those fighters, PBC fighters, fighting on Pro Box, because, you know, they ain't got no dates. They ain't got no money. You know, you'll see them fighting over there on Turki Alashihk cards. I mean, that's just reality to the situation. At the end of the day, loyalty only gets you so far. See, loyalty is duck language. Shout out to Green Eyes P. I'm being loyal to the whole head cheese, the head hefe in charge. Man, nigga, you ducking. Hey, shout out to Miss Connie. Miss Connie said today her birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Connie. Let's give Miss Connie a round of applause. Yeah, today Miss Connie's birthday, man. You know, man, shout out to Miss Connie. Miss Connie, I hope I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I hope that you're able to celebrate it even more this weekend. You know, normally when you have a birthday on like during the week, you gotta celebrate it on the weekend, especially if you don't have to work. You got to celebrate the birthday on the weekend, you know, get it crack-a-lacking, you know, pop a drink or two if that's what you do. You know what I mean? You know, or you can...
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
You know what I mean? You can get with Rick James. You know what I mean? Y'all remember that song, Mary Jane by Rick James? When I was young, I used to think that he was talking about a female. I didn't know. When I got older, I sat down and listened to the lyrics very well. I said, oh, he talking about the sticky icky.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm talking about, bro, that's the best. Hey, listen, that was the best weed song I ever heard. Mary Jane. I'm talking about you. Hey, guess what? He sounded like he was high when he made it. That guy had, had the Mary Jane girls in the background. Mary Jane, I love you, Mary Jane. I'm talking about, bro, he was killing it, boy. I said, nigga, Rick made the best weed song. Listen, it ain't the best weed songs I heard was Rick James, Mary Jane. That's from a singing standpoint. And then a rap song was by the Loonies. Shout out to the boys from the Bay Area, the Loonies. I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. See, that's back, listen. That's back when people used to chip in on the weed. Oh, yeah, I'm finna go get a dub sack. I'm finna go get a dub sack or a fat dime. And look, I got 5 on that. You get what I'm saying? See what y'all going half on the dime. You get what I'm saying? Broke niggas went half on a Nick sack. But what I'm saying is, that was back in the day. Dudes used to do that. Hey man, I put 5 on this. Hey, I'm gonna put 5 on this here, man. Yeah, put 5 on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put 5 on the sack. You get what I'm saying? And then it always be another dude wanna come around. He wanna hit the weed. Look here, man, you ain't putting nothing in on this here, bro. That's how it was back then, though. He say, Coach, what about Mystical still smoking? Yeah, I forgot all about that. That was a good one too. But it wasn't better than I Got 5 on it to Mary Jane. It was that was a good song, but it wasn't better than I Got 5 on it to Mary Jane though. That'd be third. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Happy birthday. Shout out, happy birthday to the lovely Miss Connie, man. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that sticky icky, boy. Hey, hey, he said August Alsina had a fire one too. Oh yeah? Yeah, I didn't hear that one. August Alsina got one? Yeah, so hey, send it to me, fam. Send it to me. Oh yeah, the second best weed song, yeah, Scarface, Mary Jane. Yeah, I forgot all about Mary Jane. Scarface. Mary, 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 Mary. Yeah. I forgot all about that one there, dog. That was on the Untouchable album, right? Hey, Ham. That was on the Untouchable album. They had Mary Jane Scott. Yeah, that was on the Untouchable album, man. If I'm not mistaken, that song was on that album. Southside was on that album. Southside. Yeah. I forgot all about that one. Yeah, man. I forgot all about. He say Styles P. I get high. Yeah. I wasn't crazy about that one, Lisa. That was probably more of an East Coast thing. That was probably more East Coast. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one. I mean, I like the sample. And stuff like that, but man, that doggone, bro, hey, I got 5 on it, number 1. And listen, I got 5 on it. Y'all can argue about, hold on, there's another one though. There's another one by Snoop, by Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. Hold on, this one right here. What that one? They did a mixtape. They did an album together. Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg made a weed song. They ain't gonna lie, that shit that was fire, dog. Hold on. Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg. Hold on, featuring Snoop Dogg. I'm smoking everywhere I go. Yeah, smoking that good. Hold on. I think that's it. Yeah. I used to bump that every day, dog. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, dog. That was on that high school album. That good. This song right here. Yeah. This one right here. I used to bump this every day too.
That perp, that bomb, that kush. Don't gotta understand, they know. Keep that, need that, got that. I'm smoking everywhere I go. No sticks, no seeds, just Al Green. I always gotta keep one roll.
Yeah, that one there. I used to bump the hell out of that one.
True.
I used to bump that.
True.
Yeah, I used to bump that. And again, the crazy part about it, I wasn't even smoking then. I wasn't even smoking right there. I wasn't even smoking when that song came out. I was like, man, but I used to bump that though. Facts. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa. You know what? It's some good weed songs out there. Bro. I ain't gonna lie. I got 5 on the number 1 for me. You know, that's number one. Then y'all can argue about what's number 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He said Afro Man. Yeah, I got high. Yeah. I mean, Afro Man was good. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I wasn't bumping Afro Man though. I wasn't bumping Afro Man. He was kind of like a black hippie, sort of like. He's kind of like a black hippie, so to speak. So I wasn't, you know what I mean. But shout out to all the artists who make weed songs. Hey, don't nothing touch Rick James, Mary Jane, though. Mary Jane, woo, Lord have mercy. Mary Jane, bro, it is what it is, man. Yeah, man, but listen, shout out to everybody, man. Let's pull this interview up with Eddie Hearn. What you say? Mika say Fifth Ward, they song P, weed and alcohol. Okay. Texas 16 South said, Pass Me the Green by Master P. Cut Crater say Sunshine was on that album. Yeah. Sunshine was on that album too. Yeah. Sunshine was on that album too. Shout out to Tom Tom. Yeah, Method Man and Red Man, How High? Yeah, I should bump that too. As I run a mile in the race, yeah. Look up in there. I got the 9 version Glocks in ya. Yeah. Yeah, the Red Man. Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. Red Man is part of the most slept on art, bro. When you think of a top 5, it's hard to put Red. A lot of people, it's hard to put Red Man on there. But then when you go bar for bar, his lyrics and stuff like that, like, man, that nigga good, dog. Like, I don't know nobody who gonna run through Red Man. Red Man. Well, that boy from Jersey, a problem. Reggie Noble. Yeah, I like Reggie Noble. Let's see. Hold on, let me pull this. Okay, here we go right here. We got cash apps and we got super chats. I will get to them.
Turkey is making a lot of moves right now. As you know, obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up, and it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. At the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters got to drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights to where they can lose or they can win. And I'm from the club, like, scared money don't make no money, so I feel like, shit, whoever he say he want me to fight, I'm down with that shit.
Turkey.
So he said, matter of fact, I'm going to let you hear it again one more time. I don't want to put words in a young man's mouth.
He's making a lot of moves right now. As obviously you on a big card, February 22nd. We spoke about that a little bit. You see a lot of other fighters, Ryan, Dev, all this stuff lining up, and it seems like boxing is, coming back together. How do you feel about Turkey and just like everything that's going on in boxing, all these big fights getting made?
I think Turkey is saving boxing. I think that he's making the biggest and best fights happen. At the end of the day, what he's doing is these fighters got to drop their nuts. He's making guys going 50-50 fights to where they can lose or they can win. And I'm from the club, like, scared money don't make no money, so I feel like, shit, whoever he say he want me to fight, I'm down with that shit.
So again, I agree with that. I think that's what's going to bring boxing back to where it's supposed to be. You got to have fighters that good. Let me download this here. Snoop Dogg featuring. Oh, that's Snoop Dogg featuring Wiz Khalifa. We got to have fighters that's willing to, get in the ring and challenge themselves. And I think that's what separated. That's what separated, the old school fighters from today. That's what separated. That's what separated them. See that good. There we go. I need to download this song, put it on my playlist. So when I go to the gym today, add to the playlist. Being right there. I'm adding it to the playlist right now. Add to the playlist, and you're gonna play next when I go to the gym today. Yeah, man. So I think that's what it is. A lot of these fighters. Shout out to Deal. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said before Monster leaves this division, he's going to put MJ in the dirt. I want to see this fight, and MJ will have to back up all of the ish he been talking. Yeah, man, you know, absolutely. Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? I totally agree with that as it relates to he's going to have to back it up. You know, when you talk that talk, you got to get in there, walk that walk, you know?
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey man, listen, man. Shout out to the lovely Miss Connie. Keith's Bulldog, what did he say, fam? He say happy birthday, Miss Connie. Today's show has been sponsored by the one and only Keith's Bulldogs. Hey, okay. For dropping that half for hundo on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, Keith to drop the half a hundo. Happy birthday to beautiful Miss Connie. Salute. As a matter of fact, this is what we're going to do. It's only right. Let's hit him with the Huggy Bear.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Miss Connie, since today is your birthday, you know what I mean? I want to play something special. I would play Luke. But I gotta get clearance for it and stuff like that. You know, I can play it, but you know, they'll tell me, look, man, the channel can't be this show can't be monetized because of that, and you know, because it's not a copyright strike, but you know, like I have, today I went on YouTube and I bought a license to play Young Dolph. So anytime you hear me play Young Dolph, you know, I got a license to play it. I paid the licensing fee with YouTube to play Young Dolph, and Patrice Rushen as well. You know, Patrice Rushen as well. So when y'all hear me play Patrice Rushen, I have a license. I paid for the licensing fee to pay it. And then you got to share the revenue with them, but you know, I do pay that. I did pay that. So, you know, I say, man, I'm gonna support the artist that way. I'll support them that way. What I do, I just go on YouTube. You know, you can buy the license and put it on there without getting, you know, having that show not monetized or whatever. You know. Shout out to John. Salute, fam. Shout out to John. I wanted to play Luke. I wanted to play Luke, Miss Scotty. I like, nah, man. You know, I wanted to play Luke, but hey, you get what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Lisa. What did you say? Lisa said, hey, Coach, did you see the CNN special they did on Luther? Oh, yeah. I saw that. I saw the special they did on Luther Vandross. I like Luther. You know? I like Luther. Yeah, I like Luther at all. Hey, shout out to Stepping Every Time. What did you say, fam? You said, Shakur said, paraphrasing, that Turkey is going to expose fighters for not dropping their nuts, and it's because money is no longer an issue. Yeah, you know what? You can't hide behind the money anymore. Hey, Stepping Every Time. I totally agree with that, fam. You can't say, yo, man, you know, the money got to be right. The money right. Now what? It ain't the money. The money is more than right. So that's what it is. These dudes ducking, fam. What did you say, Angela? You say you don't have the license to buy Snow Bunny Love, do you? No, I don't. I don't have the license, but I'm sharing revenue with them. I was using the song. I think that song was, hey, Angela, was that song, you know, that I do credit my main man. I think the guy who made it is Honor, Lennon Honor. So I do let it be known, hey, Lennon Honor, salute to him. But yeah, I think he got it. No, I don't have the licensing fee for that. I don't have the licensing fee for it. But I do share revenue with them on the song. Every time I play that song, I share revenue with them. You know, so what happens, Angela, is after the show, you're able to see, you're able to look at your analytics, and your analytics tell you. You know, I'll get an email like, okay, you played Patrice Rushen, Forget Me Nots, you know, so, you know, but I got a license fee. You're going to share revenue with her record company, you know, stuff like that, you know, so you can play, you know, it's certain things. They'll send you an email, let you know. They'll send you an email, let you know. Or what you could do, Angela, you could just buy it outright. You can buy it. You know, that's what I did. That's what I normally do. What you say, EMS? He said AI content is not subject to copyright, Coach. No, Snow Bunny Love. Every time I play Snow Bunny Love, I'm sharing revenue. I'm sharing revenue with Snow Bunny Love. Like literally. You know what I mean? I can show you receipts, fam. So I think the guy, I don't know if that song was made by AI though. You know, I know the video was AI, but the actual song, I don't know if I think a guy actually went to the studio and made that, because I don't think AI can make no song like that. AI can't sing like that. You know what I mean? You know, they loop on the same verse over and over, but, you know, I don't know. You know, but I'm telling you, when I play it, fam, when I play it, I promise you I'm sharing ad revenue with them. With them. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to, hold on. Let's see what Eddie Hearn got to say. He said, let's open up the phone lines early. Yeah, I open up the phone lines. I'll open up the phone lines when I get to 200. When I get to 200, when we get to 200 likes, that's when I open up the phone lines. The price of entry for phone lines is 200 likes. So we need like 50 something. We need like 50 more likes. Then I open the phone lines up. Where's Eddie Hearn at? Eddie Hearn 38 hot. I don't know what Eddie Hearn mad about. What Eddie Hearn talking about MJ, he say, Eddie Hearn say, oh, here we go, right here. Let's play Eddie Hearn right here. Let's do this. Eddie mad. Eddie like, man, you got Inoue ducking. He ducking my fighter. He ducking MJ. Eddie Hearn say the man ducking him. That's what Eddie the Hitman Hearn say. Eddie the Hitman Hearn say, look here, man. I'm tired of this dude. Y'all keep hollering about this dude. The best thing since Pork Chop Willie. Shout at Big Nuts. And y'all, and he ducking. That's what Eddie Hearn say. You get what I'm saying?
But this ball been taking the easy matches, fighting other balls.
Shout out to Mr. T for dropping that half for, bam, dub on your boy. Mr. T, salute, brother.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, shout out to Mr. T. He said at work, hit us with the Snow Buddy Love.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. He said hit him with the Snow Buddy Love. You know, back by popular demand, you know, who am I? You know, who am I to turn down requests? We do requests over here. DJ Coach, you know, I am a podcast host and I'm a DJ on the side. You know, DJ Coach Malachi on the ones and twos. Hit him with a little bit of Snow Bunny Love.
See her eyes shining, she's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of cream. Talk to my nose, this love has got it so raw. Make you move, stepping out, grip out of control.
Turn it up, it's me against the light.
Snow Bunny,
Moving on the bar, everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel.
no, that's next to the law.
With my snow, turn it up, then party about the night.
See her eyes shining, she's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of cream. Talk to my nose, this love has got it so raw. Make you move, stepping out, grip out of control.
Turn it up, it's me against the light.
Snow Bunny,
Moving on the bar, everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel.
no, that's next to the law.
With my snow, turn it up, then party about the night.
See her eyes shining, she's my Snow Bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of cream. Talk to my nose, this love has got it so raw. Make you move, stepping out, grip out of control.
Turn it up, it's me against the light.
Snow Bunny,
Moving on the bar, everything's so right. Got that smooth, so feel.
no, that's next to the law.
With my snow, turn it up, then party about the night.
You know, Snow Bunny Love, man. Let's give Snow Bunny Love a round of applause, man. Yeah. Hopping, you know, a bit of Snow Bunny Love. You know, the boys at work right now, they're at work right now, fantasizing over Snow Bunny. You know, these Snow Bunnies fine in the mug right now, boy. Fantasizing over Snow Bunny right now. We're looking for some Snow Bunny love. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Hey, shout out to Green Eyes P, man. Yeah, fair use. You get what I'm saying? Fair use. It is what it is. Hey, what it say? G5 say, and song of the year goes to. Hey, G5. Hey, listen, if Snow Bunny Love don't win a Grammy, Dr. Umar has something to do with it.
To this day.
If Snow Bunny Love do not win a Grammy, Dr. Umar has something to do with it, fam. Like for real though.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
You listen, bro. You know, listen. If they don't give Snow Bunny Love at least a nomination.
The fuck?
If they don't give Snow Bunny Love a nomination,
That's wrong, isn't it?
That's wrong. He did nothing to you.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
What kind of fool do you take me for?
Yeah, damn, I'm talking about, damn, they ain't even get a nomination.
You wish you could work it the way I do.
You know, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, as Tariq Nasheed would say, the Prince of Pan Pizza, the Prince of Pork Chops, the Prince of Neck Bones and Collard Greens, the Prince of Cornbread, not cornbread, cornbread, you know, the Prince of Chuck E. Cheese, the Prince of Domino's, Popeyes, you know, chicken. I was looking at some old videos of Dr. Umar. He was skinny. A lot of y'all probably don't know that. Look at some videos of Dr. Umar like 2010, 2011, 2012. He was skinny. He was skinny. He was skinny back then. You know what I mean? But that was before the donations started coming in. When he made that announcement, he was on he really got big being on Tariq Nasheed what they call Hitting Colors. Hitting Colors is what took him to what blew him up. Hitting Colors, I think that was one or two. Probably both of them. When he got on Hitting Colors, that's what did it. And then he went on Sinetta TV, stuff like that. And Dr. Umar's a good talker. You know, it's some good talking ass niggas out of Philly now. Them Philly niggas can talk good. You know, the Philly niggas talk good. So what happened was when Dr. Umar said he was gonna come up with a school for black boys, and he's very good at articulating his message. All his fan base, his following is women. 90%, 85% black women follow Dr. Umar. Because he panders to them, you know what I mean? You know, my beautiful queens and, you know, black queens forever, snow bunnies never. And that's something that the sisters can rally around and, you know, my African queen and my African king and all that stuff there. That's just something, you know, but Dr. Umar knocking everything down. Now, I ain't snitching now. I want nobody to say, man, Cole snitching on Dr. Umar. Sources say, you know, I ain't no snitch now. I ain't no snitch. But sources say Dr. Umar, he got, he tearing the panties up. That's what they say. You get what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You know, he call them queens. You call them queens. Listen, if women follow for that, if y'all follow for that in 2025, I don't know what to tell you. If you women falling for, the brother who talk good and calling you queen, making you feel good, calling you queen, and telling you about the sun and the moon and the stars, and you are the moon. You are a direct reflection of the sun. There could be without woman, there can be no man. You get what I'm saying? You are the mother of civilization. When you start hearing a man talk to you like that, guess what? He trying to get them draws. True. That's all it is. When they shout out to Foodie. When they come talking to you, calling you Mother Isis, the queen of the universe, sweet milk and magnesia. When they go to talking like that, I'm like, yeah, man. Guess what? There's some women out there right now falling for that shit. Right now, girl, I found me one straight from Zamunda. When he go listen, if he come up to you talking to you like this, you already know what time it is.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Hey, Nay, I'm telling you what I know. Listen, the conscious dudes, Lord have mercy, boy. Man. Were they going to talk in that flim-flam?
And by the way, ladies, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. By the way, ladies, I'm telling you the God's honest truth. By the way, ladies, I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I had a dream, and spirit confirmed to me in the dream that I'm supposed to have 2 wives. And since it came to me in my dream, it is official and it is authentic. It was approved by the heavens. They will not be the same complexion, because I don't want to be accused of being a light-skinned supremacist or a dark-skinned supremacist.
Yeah. It's a sister right now falling for it. It's a sister falling for that right now. And by the way, ladies, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth, By the way, anytime a dude repeat himself 3 times, that's a telltale sign right there. By the way, ladies, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. By the way, ladies, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I had a dream, and dream confirmed in me in my spirit that I'm supposed to have 2 wives. You know, and it was approved by the heavens. Boy, you got one of them queens out there, Mother Isis. You know, I'm like, yeah, man. I don't care if it's the Hebrew, if it's the Hebrew Israelite niggas. It's the Muslims, the black Muslims. It's the Pan African. All of the same thing. All of the same thing. Yeah, they may have different ideologies and stuff like that from a religious standpoint, but it's all that conscious stuff. All the conscious stuff. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. I've been in it. I'm telling you, I've been in it. I know it all sounds the same. When you step back and listen to it, man, he's saying you saying the same shit he's saying, but y'all you just flipping it a little bit, and then you saying it a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. Guess what? It all gonna lead to one thing: the draws. True. It's all gonna lead to one thing: the draws.
If I take your woman who never been out the United States a day in her life, if I take your woman who never been out the United States a day in her life, if I take your woman who never been out the United States a day in her life and take her with me, she spent a week in Africa with King Kong Alashihk. She's going to spend a week in Africa with King Kong Alashihk. Do you think she ever coming back home to you? Let's just be honest. If I take her on a ride with the prince, do you really think she coming back home to you? I'm going to drink to that. Next Negro who hate, I'm going to snatch your chick.
Girl, I'm going to Africa, girl. You will? Where you going with? With the Prince of Pan African is, girl. We finna go over there, girl. And yeah, I'm trying to tell you. You finna go over there and get ate up by some mosquitoes. Yeah, mosquitoes. Man, I heard them African mosquitoes don't even play, boy. I don't care which country you go to. They said we got them mosquitoes over there. Man, shit. Hey, listen, if you don't take them shots before you go over there, they say, man, listen, you in Shango shape. It's some sisters right now. It's some sisters. Hey, we need 15 more likes. I'm gonna drop these phone lines. It's some sisters right now, boy. Lord, the pen is getting wet, right? At the sound of the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I ain't no hater, though. I ain't no hater.
Matt Lenahan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight.
Once again, I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only. This is the interview that Eddie Hearn did from Boxing with Boxing Social.
On our Kings. Eddie, I've got to say, I'm not envious of many things, but I was sat with Colm last night and we were going through Instagram and I just went, oh.
I know obviously I get to work in the sport and close.
That's my cousin.
But I'm still, I'm saying in awe of greatness, but I respect it and I appreciate it. And
Live right now.
In time with Terence, we have a good rapport, and people sometimes think that we don't really like each other. We do, and I feel like I've single-handedly built his profile and his popularity.
Oh, wow.
I don't even get any commission. It's outrageous, if I'm honest. But Bud's a great guy. Like, he's got a lot of time for people, and he's got a lot of time for the next generation, and he's boxing mad. Even when he comes up to me, he's like, you know, fuck off, leave me alone.
Careful,
you know, yeah, and like, so I just like spending time. Floyd's different.
What was that like? Because
I saw
the clip where he says, "Oh, Eddie Hearn has said."
Talking about Floyd, where the
microphones in their face, like they're kids.
Here you go.
You know, so it's going to be really interesting. And forget the money. He's thinking, oh no, I think he's a great guy.
If he beats Canelo Alvarez, where does he sit?
Now that's the kind of win. Canelo Alvarez, he's a fighter of all time. So that win, and that's what he's chasing. That's what it is. Shakur, same. Like, don't get me wrong, Shakur wants
Hold
money.
on.
Koff, what did you make of it? It looks like...
You heard me in an interview earlier, like, we can't just expect fighters to act normally. You're putting them in an environment, they're training for 12 weeks, they're cutting weight, you're bringing them together, you're sticking microphones in their face. Like, they're kids out of, like, you know, Diego's just a kid out of South Central, right? Steve Nelson's been through a lot of shit. Don't expect them just to be all corporate.
Yeah.
You know, but the teams have got to have that respect, because yesterday I see too many people fly. How many times do I have to tell you, Naoya Inoue is straight ducking MJ Akhmadaliev?
Naoya Inoue.
Here you
I
go
can
right
excuse
here.
the fighters because we're putting them in that environment, but not you, buddy. So behave.
Naoya Inoue, I think 4th round knockout. What do you make of it?
You know, I'm glad someone's asked me about Inoue. How many times do I have to tell you? Naoya Inoue is straight ducking MJ Akhmadaliev. He's been ordered to fight him twice, right? He's had 2 gimme fights now instead of fighting Akhmadaliev. And now, well, tomorrow, no, Monday, the WBA will write to Naoya Inoue and they will say, enough's enough. You have to fight Akhmadaliev next, or you will be stripped of your WBA world title.
Okay, it's a WBA title.
And you will no longer be undisputed. And watch this now. Naoya Inoue will vacate his WBA world title.
You don't think he takes that?
No way. No way. Watch this now. You can play it back if I'm wrong. And Naoya Inoue is a pound-for-pound great fighter. Amazing. He has ducked Akhmadaliev twice after an order. Now he's getting ordered for a 3rd time. And he will give up his right as undisputed champion rather than make a mandatory defence against Akhmadaliev. Watch.
What does he do if not, though?
He goes and fights somewhere else. He's talking about fighting Picasso in Vegas. Who gives a fuck? Excuse my language. As an undisputed champion and as a world champion, you have an obligation to fight your mandatory contenders. Now, sometimes, if it's a no-name, then I understand look at Canelo against William Skull recently. Canelo vacated. That's not, this is the best fight in the division. Tell me a better fight at 122 than Inoue against Akhmadaliev. It doesn't exist. So you're ducking.
All right, so he's saying that, okay, Inoue is ducking MJ. But again, he gave an example of, he said the duty of a champion is to fight your mandatories. Okay, but then he gave Canelo a pass for not fighting his mandatory, and I think that IBF stripped him and stuff like that. Because he said the guy's a no-name and nobody. I get it. Eddie Hearn is trying to get his fighter a fight, with Inoue. And he said he's saying that Inoue has ducked him twice. I'm like, well, how did he duck him twice? Like, I'm trying to figure out how did he duck him twice? The WBA didn't strip him, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, these sanctioning bodies, they pretty much do what they want to do, when they want to do it. So, I don't know. I mean, the way these sanctioning bodies move, it's kind of hard to say if a fighter's ducking somebody because the sanctioning bodies allow them to move how they want to move for the most part. Money is paid to somebody. I'm not worried about him. I'm going to go over here and do this right here. I want to go fight this guy over here. You know what I mean? This guy don't dictate nothing to me. I guess it just depends on who it is, or it can be looked upon as a duck. It just depends. Like it's to the interpretation of the individual,
Fight in the division. And I can't understand. Tell me a better fight at 122 than Inoue against Akhmadaliev. It doesn't exist. So you're ducking the best fight in the division. And I can't understand it. Like, and I don't even think, it's just coming from the team. They don't like the fight.
Why though? Surely he's
fucking serious. Akhmadaliev, you don't understand. He's a serious fighter. He had issues in the Tapales fight. I still think he won the fight anyway. But look at him last time out. This guy, he can punch. He's technically fantastic.
Yeah, but see, I think the thing is too. I think Inoue knocked out 2 of the guys that they fought common opponents too. I think Inoue knocked out both of the guys that how many? Let's look up MJ. How many losses do we have? Is MJ? You go over here and look here. Let's look at the ring. Let's look at the ring ratings. We're talking about 122. That's junior featherweight, if I'm not mistaken. That's junior featherweight. Yeah, MJ only got 1 loss. He only got 1 loss. Yeah. So, I think that was on against what, Tapales? I think Tapales had done beat him. Was the one that beat him, and Inoue knocked him out. So, it is what it is. But I get Eddie Hearn's frustration. Let me drop these phone lines, man. Y'all call the show, man. Shout out to the Face of Boxing. Hey. Yeah. Ooh, that look good. pound for pound, the best boxer, dancing boxer in America.
You want to talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
Call the coach at 530-494-9636. We waiting on your bitch ass. Hey, what you say, Miss Connie? You say, did Fulton retire after that fight? No. When Fulton fought Inoue, he didn't retire. It's just that, he made some good money. He might have took a break, but then he's over there with the PBC too, so he probably couldn't get any fight dates to come back. So, you know how that is. You know how that is. Carla, what's your name? You calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oaktown, talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. It's funny to see that clip of Shakur talking about fighters got to drop their nuts and this and that. When, back in October, he was lined up to fight Joe Cordina coming off a knockout loss at 130. What was that about? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That was going to be his second back-to-back opponent coming off a loss. And these are title fights. These ain't title eliminators. These ain't stay busy fights. These are straight title fights. And you got this clown over here talking about, ain't no ducking. You got to drop your nuts. Even the fight right now.
I think what you're missing. I think what you're missing though. Shakur was trying to make several fights with other fighters. Isaac Cruz, he turned it down. William Cepeda, he turned it down. So with a couple of fighters that he tried to make a fight with, it wasn't like this guy Cordina was his first option. You can't forget that there was two other guys. Tank don't want to fight him, and then Tank said he ain't fought nobody, so it is what it is. And then Isaac Cruz said that he don't like his style, and then he didn't want to fight him, and William Cepeda didn't want to fight him. So,
Coach, that's the same Shakur that quote unquote retired because he demanded to get a fight against Navarrete when Navarrete was moving up to 135. So it ain't like he over here trying to fight the big dogs. He's handpicking fools that he knows he could whoop. I mean, I could call out Hulk Hogan. What about now? That don't mean Hulk Hogan trying to fight me. That don't mean that's a possibility. I mean, I could call out God Almighty, but that don't mean he gonna get in the ring with me neither. All I've seen from Shakur is talking a good one. Okay, so according to him, Turki Alashihk gonna put up the bread. Money ain't an issue. So what happens if Turki Alashihk says, you know what? I want to see you and Keyshawn Davis get him up.
He going to fight him.
But we best friends. Unless
he going to fight him. Simple as that.
I certainly hope so, because unless one of them puts a ring on the other guy's finger, they need to either put up or shut up, Coach. Because I ain't seen too much action. I didn't see a whole lot of talking from that.
So which fighters? Can you give me some examples? Can you give me some examples of some fighters that Shakur Stevenson is ducking? He's cherry picking. Who he ducking?
Well, cherry picking. The simple fact that he fought a guy that lost to Frank Martin, fought him for his belt. He was trying to line up a 130-pounder coming off a knockout loss, and that was supposed to be his first fight with the Zone. I mean, which fighter
is that? Because I'm asking you to give me some examples of some fighters that Shakur is ducking. He tried to make the fight. Again, Shakur don't like me, but I'm just saying he tried to make the fight with Frank Martin. We know how that went out. He pulled out. So give me some examples. Name me a fighter that Shakur is ducking right now that he ducked.
Anybody that's coming off a win. To me, if you find somebody coming off a loss, you avoided somebody coming off a win.
So who did he avoid?
It's as simple as that. Anybody he didn't fight. Because we can't sit here and pull out of thin air, well, he could have fought this guy. We don't know everybody's situation. We don't know what their promoters got going on. We don't know what they got lined up. So we could just sit here and speculate till the crack of dawn. But all we do know is that in October, he backed out of that Joe Cordina fight when he hurt his hand. Before that, he fought in, He fought in Jersey when they got pictures of Crawford and Andre Ward falling asleep. People leaving the fight.
You talking about Ever De Los Santos fight? He fought Ever De Los Santos.
No, that was in Vegas. That was in Vegas in November, Coach. That was in Vegas in November of last year, or 2023.
So which fight
Jersey.
Which fight are you fighting in New Jersey?
His last fight with Top Rank was in New Jersey.
Yeah.
When he fought that Russian dude that was coming off a loss to Frank, what's his name? Frank White or Frank Martin. Whatever dude's name was, his name was like Ahmad or Akbar or some shit.
But he was trying to fight Frank Martin. Frank Martin pulled out of that fight. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You mean to tell me that there's nobody else he could have fought?
So
nobody else in the top 10
I'm gonna ask you the question.
WBC?
I'm gonna ask you the question again. Which fighter that you say Shakur is ducking people, right, at 135 or whatever?
I never said he's ducking people. I said he was picking people coming off of losses. And that contradicts this bold statement of, hey, who's got to drop their nuts? Who's got to drop their nuts?
So when he picked William Cepeda to fight, did William Cepeda come off a loss? He picked him to fight him?
And that was what, like 2 years ago?
No,
it comes down to one thing. Okay, you got all these guys that ain't making shit to fight. Shit, you know, Pitbull didn't make shit to fight Tank. Cepeda ain't making shit because as far as the world's concerned, they're unknown fighters, they're unproven fighters, they never won a belt. So these guys are trying to put themselves in a position where they could get a belt, whether it's a legitimate belt, vacant belt, or anything to up the market value. Would you rather fight for $100,000 or $500,000? It's as simple as that.
This is where you confuse me at. Shakur tried to fight Frank Martin. Right now I'm looking at the Ring Magazine's top 10 fighters. Shakur tried to fight Frank Martin. Frank Martin pulled out. Okay, Shakur tried to fight Lomachenko. Lomachenko wasn't interested. Now he didn't try to fight Keyshawn Johnson. I give you that. He tried to fight William Cepeda. William Cepeda said no mas. He fought. Now he did fight Edwin De Los Santos, you know, in the snooze fest, but he did fight him. And he tried to fight Esau Cruz. Esau Cruz said that he don't like his style, and he declined to fight. He declined to fight even after being mandated by the WBC to fight him. So you're saying that
Did he send a contract his way, or did he just mention his name? Because I never heard no contract sent out.
Okay, but my thing is, you're saying that, you know, what I'm saying is, the man, all we know is what they're saying in the sport, what they're trying to do. So, you know, you're picking and choosing. Okay, well, did Shakur send a contract? You know, then now you talk about money, this and that. I get it. You probably don't like Shakur, whatever. That's fine. But the thing is, you're being disingenuous to say that he did at least try to fight these other guys. Whether he called them out or whatever. Guys came on record and said they did not want to fight him. So he can only fight the next available person. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to change. I'm not trying to change
where he put pen to paper, Coach. I'm just going on where he put pen to paper.
I'm not trying to change your mind.
He put pen to paper on contracts with two different fighters coming off losses, and those are the facts.
Okay, those are the facts.
That's my opinion. Those are the facts, Coach.
All right, okay, and the facts are, and these are the other facts. I'm gonna let you go, but these are the other facts. The facts are William Cepeda ducked Shakur Stevenson. Facts. Esau Cruz ducked Shakur Stevenson. Facts. Lomachenko ducked Shakur Stevenson. Facts. Who else? Frank Martin pulled out, said he didn't want to fight him. He ended up fighting Tank Davis. Facts. Those are the facts too. You can't bring up partial stuff and then ignore all the other stuff. I mean, I get it. I get your point. Trust me, I do get it. Hold on. And again, I'm not. You know, I'm just calling it what I'm saying. If you're gonna tell it all. Tell the entire story. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Jamie, talk to me.
Hey, Coach. I'm of the opinion, look, man, I don't like Shakur because of the running, all right? That's the only thing I don't like about the dude. But, you know, the guy got skills, man. I respect that. But about ducking, I don't know anything about, you know, what happens in the negotiation tables behind closed doors. We don't know shit about that. But according to what I hear, they're ducking him. But, again, I don't know. But, Coach, I'll tell you this, man. Look, I like the way Shakur is talking lately. You know, that's the type of mentality you need in this business that he's in, you know. Now, is he just saying that because the camera's on him? I don't know. You know, is he talking that way because, you know, he's supposed to sound like a warrior? Again, I don't know, you know. But he's willing to make the fight. That's good. He's heading in the right direction. Respect to him. But, again, you know, again, I don't like the running in the ring, you know, and then, you know, you ask him about it and he denies it, you know what I'm saying? Or he gets mad at you. You know, to me, that's bullshit and childish because it's clear to us, everybody, that he I don't know, last 2 fights I think he was running or something like that.
No, that was the last 2 fights. I mean, that was the Ever De Los Santos fight. He ran that fight. I get that. That was the one fight. So, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? I mean, he hasn't fought like that his entire career. That was one fight. So, I mean, I do get it. He ran that fight, but yeah, I'm not gonna throw him away because of that.
Okay. But you know, I got him beating Schofield easy. You know, I don't think Nephew was ready for the big boys. That's how I see it. But you know, I think that Stevenson's footwork and defense is top notch. You know, I like to see him fight more in the pocket, you know, and earn his respect. You know what I mean? Just like you know, I'm not saying he's on Mayweather and Whitaker's level, but he's got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And I think he's got the skills to do it. You know, you couldn't touch those guys. You know, so again, I'm gonna say this to Shakur, man. If he's listening, bro, just drop your own nuts and fight. You know, fight the whole 3 minutes of every round and convince. You know, everybody. No doubt, you know, just fight, bro, and that's it. You know what I mean? And he'll make it. I mean, he already made it. But again, coach, that right there, that one fight, I don't know, man. It's just I didn't like him. I don't like him because of it. But that's just the way I feel. That's bullshit. I don't know the guy, but that's my call, coach. Respect from New York.
All right, salute. I'll call what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Coach? It's Jerry.
Jerry from B-More. Talk to me.
Mr. Sunnyside. Floyd Schofield. I hadn't seen this guy. I went last night and watched a couple of his fights and his highlights. Man, I like that fight with Shakur Stevenson and him because to me, that fight is going to show everybody, myself included, because I'm not a fan of Shakur. Way too defensive for me. And any fighter that says F the fans, you know what? You're a guy that doesn't even really have a fan base, and you're talking about F the fans. He was booed in his hometown, and yes, Ward and Crawford was falling asleep. Everybody was falling asleep. He was in there against a fighter that had every advantage over, and he wouldn't even step to him. And the fight prior to that was the worst title fight you ain't ever seen. With the lowest comp, you don't want your name attached to something like that. Schofield is a two-fisted banger, real aggressive and real strong from what I see. And this is going to show us if Shakur is anything close to what he thinks that he is. If he gets into this fight and clinches and runs and holds and stinks the joint out like he's done in other fights, then you know what? Then he's Fugazi. I'm sorry. You don't win fights by making people miss. You win by landing punches. And it's time for this kid to put in work. He's got the skills. Anyone can see that. Anyone can see why Ward and Crawford are so big on him. This kid is gifted with natural skills that them guys had to work hard to achieve. And he was kind of gifted with them. And I'm sure he's put in work. But when he gets in the ring, he's not backing it up. So this fight, for me, is a pivotal fight for him. Not just in if he wins it or not, but in how he looks. Because if he looks like he's been looking, anytime he's in there against someone who's strong and fast, we see a guy that's just not just defensive, he's uber defensive. And then he want to get out of the ring and say F the fans and tell everybody that was boxing. That ain't boxing, man. That's spoiling and running and clinching and not using your tools. He's got the tool set that he could be sensational. Well, it's time for him to be that, in my opinion. And lastly, Coach, I want to say this real quickly about Turki Alashihk. I'm not willing to crown him a savior, and I'm not willing to crown him a villain. We can all wait back and see. What I do know is he jumped into boxing with both feet, throwing around outlandish money, with money not being the motive, and people are just falling for a dangling carrot because we've gotten some fights. Okay, but this guy could just as quickly jump out as quickly as he jumped in. And American boxing has been on its last leg for 20 plus years now. If this guy takes 6, 7, 8 years, because he's involved in all kinds of sports entertainment, we recognize the boxing because we're boxing fans, but he's involved in WWE and UFC and all kinds of sports entertainment. If he does an audit after 6, 7 years and says, okay, boxing's not one that's really drawing attention to Saudi Arabia, I'm just going to jump back out just as quickly as I jumped in, and we can see what happened. And there's no better example than the PBC. It's a smaller, it's in a microcosm because they don't have the budget that he does. That's clear. But it's the same principalities. They jumped in, overpaying everybody. All the fighters went and signed there. And now what happened? HBO went out of business and blamed the PBC. And Showtime, they was over there working with them. Looked like it was going good. Many people said, myself being one, that it really couldn't last. And what happened? Now Showtime's out of business. So,
so you the reason, Jerry, you the reason Showtime out of business. You said it when it go last, and there you go.
Jerry, we're just out of business because
I'm blaming you, Jerry. I'm blaming you, Jerry. It's your fault.
Okay. Well, I didn't have shit to do with it. I've been a long time Showtime subscriber. You know, but anyone could see it couldn't last. You couldn't keep paying those persons. I was happy that we were getting the fight, sure. Just like I'm happy, Turk. I appreciate the fights. But I've been in boxing for the long haul, 40 plus years now. So I'm not concerned with just what happens in the near future. I'm concerned about he could either be the savior, right, by making these fights, or he could be the final nail in the coffin if he jumps out just as quickly as he jumped in. It's worth a mention.
All right, salute, Jerry. Be more stand up. But the Baltimore representative. Hold on, I gotta talk to Damian Bennett about that. You know, it's Baltimore. We gotta put together leave it to Jerry to give us some to make everybody feel good. The Baltimore representative Jerry. Jerry, this will get me right. How y'all gonna blame Shakur for fighters not willing to fight him? And then say, oh, well, is he just talking? It's like you looking for anything to discredit him over, but you're not, Carla, hold on. But you're not holding the other fighters accountable. Like these fighters are coming out telling you, yeah, we turning the fight down. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we turned it down. The Williams battle, we doing this over here. We got that. Like, you blaming him. I get it, you don't like him, but don't let your dislike for the guy, say things that's not true about him. Or you going to say, give your opinion, and then say it's a fact, but it's your opinion. Like, literally these fighters came out and said that we ain't fighting this dude. We not interested, we don't like his style. How do you punish a guy for another fighter ducking him, refusing to fight him because they don't like his style? How was that his fault? I just don't. Well, he picked the guy who had some losses. Okay, well, he got to fight some goddamn body. The guy who had the loss was the one that was willing to step up and fight him. These other dudes who's supposed to be Superman, they don't want to fight the dude. So, I mean, again, Shakur don't dig me too tough, but I'm not going to lie on the guy. I can't do that. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Curtis from Long Beach.
Curtis, talk to me.
Yeah, I disagree with Martin, man. Like you're not painting the full picture on that, man, because those dudes are flat out saying they don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? It's not speculation. Like Tank didn't flat out say it, but his camp is saying it. Coach Calvin said he won't let us do what we do.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna pick Shakur. You know what I mean? The only person that Shakur said he got an offer from was Devin, and Shakur said that out of his mouth. He said he just turned it down because he felt like he was worth more than that.
Yeah,
I can't say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But he said he got an offer. So, all this, I'm only counting what he put to paper and all this. You can't put something to paper if they're telling you from the jump that they're not going to fight you.
They're not going to fight you.
They're not going to fight you, man.
It's your fault. It's your fault that King Kong ducked you. You could have made him fight you. Well, why you fighting Godzuki then? Godzuki the only one that's stepped up to the plate. I tried to fight Godzilla. I tried to fight King Kong. They told me no.
he couldn't even get the in-house fights that, you know, most fighters get automatically. He couldn't get Lomachenko. He couldn't get Navarrete. Valdez was the only one that fought him. You know what I'm saying? And Valdez didn't have to fight him. Valdez could have did like everybody else.
Oscar Valdez fought him,
and said no. Yeah, he could have did like everybody else and said, no, I'm cool. But he fought him. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur did the retirement shit because they were saying if Navarrete wins, they're going to match Navarrete with Lomachenko. And Shakur was like, well, hold on. You know, like, I want that fight. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko fighting, you know, such and such. Like, how you just going to put him ahead of me? So that was the issue with that. Like, y'all got to paint the whole picture and, you know, stop being biased. Like, all these dudes is flat out saying they don't want to fight him. Shakur is literally fighting who's available and who will take the fight. You know what I'm saying? We all know Schofield ain't his first choice.
Yeah.
But if don't nobody want to fight, who's he going to fight? Zepeda's been in and out of the fight. He had a hand injury. They were supposed to fight. They're supposed to fight coming up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if Zepeda is going to show up or if he's not going to pull out with another injury.
Yeah, I don't think.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even.
Yeah, I don't think Zepeda interested in fighting Shakur at all. I think Oscar De La Hoya gonna keep him away from Shakur, in my opinion.
Yeah, even Esau Cruz, who's not even a big star, is turning down the fight. Like, these dudes not even huge stars, and they turning this shit down. Like, come on, man. And as far as Shakur's style, like, I hated Klitschko's style, right? But when he got put in there with people that went at him, it made a good fight. That Joshua fight was a good fight because Joshua went at him. He wasn't worried about the jab and grab shit. Yeah. He made Klitschko fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put some onus on these opponents too. Edwin De Los Santos said out his own mouth, like when he was asked on the Boxing Voice why he didn't rush Shakur and do this and do that. He said, I didn't want to get picked apart. He said he's sharp. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want him to pick me apart and, you know, and stop me. So it's the opponent too. It's not just Shakur.
Yeah, it takes two to tangle. It takes two to tangle.
Yeah. So that's my call.
All right, salute, fam. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, bruh, the thing is we just got to be honest. Like, if you want to hold Shakur accountable, you got to hold the other dudes accountable. You got to hold Will Cepeda accountable. You got to hold Esau Cruz accountable. Esau Cruz claimed to fame. He went 12 rounds with Tank. That's it. He went 12 rounds with Tank. That's his claim to fame. Carla, hold on. He ate some uppercuts from Tank. He went 12 rounds with Tank. That's his claim to fame. He became the Mexican Mike Tyson after that. Didn't nobody even know who the dude was. That's his claim to fame. He don't even want to fight the guy. It's like you can't punish a fighter, okay, well, you know, don't nobody want to fight him, you know, we don't like his style. Okay, that's fine. So, perfect example, Kid Austin. Kid Austin, dad is the one that want to make that fight with Shakur. He want to fight him. I remember before they said, when they had him on the show, before they were like, look, man, you know, Shakur will be the most difficult fight for us because we don't spar him. He's real sharp, this and that. Now they want to fight him. Oscar De La Hoya put out a tweet, said, look at Shakur Stevenson. He want to fight a prospect, a 22-year-old prospect in Kid Austin. He need to be fighting the other top guys. But Oscar De La Hoya forgot to mention that Cepeda ducked Shakur. Said he didn't want to fight. Well, Oscar De La Hoya said he didn't want to fight him. Mysteriously, he hurt his hand or whatever the case may be. So he tried to prevent that Kid Austin fight from happening. Mama Holyfield, and you guys know how I feel about that whole ass nigga, but I'm not going to let my feelings get in the way of telling the truth. Mama Holyfield came out and said, look here, when the fighters want to fight, you know, the promoter worked for us. We want that fight. I told Oscar to make that fight happen. After Oscar said he wasn't going to make it happen because he felt that Shakur was trying to pick on Kid Austin. Well, Shakur wasn't calling out Kid Austin. Kid Austin and Mama Holyfield called out Shakur. So he said, okay, since don't nobody else want to fight me, I'll fight y'all. What's up? See, how you gonna forget about all of that? Well, he fighting Kid Austin. Well, they barked up the tree. They went on a whole campaign talking about they want to fight Shakur. The promoter didn't want to make that fight. The other didn't nobody else want to fight the dude. Tank say he don't bring that to what Tank said. What did Tank say? He ain't fought nobody, and I can't even understand what the hell Tank be saying all the goddamn time. He sound like he's drunk, but he don't want to fight the dude. And Tank's supposed to be one of the four kings. Well, one of the kings don't want to fight the other king. One of the King don't want to fight Shakur. I don't think nobody can argue that, right? And then Vasily Lomachenko, we don't even know he want to box anymore. Esau Cruz, he finna fight somebody else right now on a comeback fight right now. Cepeda, hand hurt, whatever. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Frank Martin, he ended up fighting Tank, getting knocked out by Tank. So come on, man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm Mark D-Bay from Atlanta. Big fan of your show, Coach. Thanks for having me.
I
love this topic, right? I love this topic because Shakur is my single favorite boxer in the world. I agree with Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford says Shakur Stevenson is the best boxer in the world. What I don't understand is how everyone forgets that this man literally has tried to go down a ladder trying to fight the top person. He don't want to fight. Next person, he don't want to fight. Next, come on, man. We seen this last year when he moved up to 135. The man tried to fight 4 people. None of them wanted to fight him, including the great Gervonta Davis, right? Gervonta Davis I don't understand the fandom with this kid, right? Is he a dope boxer? Absolutely. Is he knocking shit out? Absolutely. But look at who he's knocking out. And, Coach, I have said what you said for a while now. Before he fought Pitbull Cruz, nobody even knew who the fuck Pitbull Cruz was. What the fuck is he getting points for fighting Pitbull Cruz for? Rolly had never fought anybody of any significance, ran his mouth into a fight. What did he do? Right? You talking about what has Shakur Stevenson done? The man is an Olympic silver medalist. What are you talking about? He's a 3-division champion. What are you talking about? A unified champion. What are you talking about? Fam, you ain't never unified a belt at all. But you fighting Lamont Roach, a person who's from 130 that you bringing up to 135 when there's plenty of people at 135 that you could fight even if it wasn't Shakur. Right?
Well, Tank let it be known. Well, you got to understand, Tank let it be known that he's not going to fight any of those top guys. You know, he's looking for the payday, right, and he's going to get out. He let that be known. So, you know, one thing I will say, I do respect his honesty, even though I don't like it. And I can't hold Tank accountable for what a lot of his fans say or even his trainers say. I can't hold him accountable for that. Tank let it be known. I ain't trying to fight none of those dudes. He let that be known. I ain't thinking about him. It's already a foregone conclusion that he will automatically beat them without even stepping in the ring with them. So, you know, he's in a situation position where, you know, butts and seats, you know, I do what I want to do, this and that. At least he was honest. So I respect his honesty. You know, do I like it? No. But at least he was honest.
Right. I just don't like the downplaying. And I can respect his honesty also. I just don't like the downplay when you're saying Devin doesn't put no butts in seats and don't nobody know him, he's not a name, and then you turn around and fight Frank Martin as though Frank Martin got a bigger profile than Devin or Shakur, right? It's just the excuses that you give for why you're not fighting these fighters is what blows me with Tank. But anyway, back to Shakur. Shakur, in my opinion, like I said, is the best boxer in the world. He, yes, has had 2 lackluster performances. I get it, right? And we don't know how deep his hand issues were, right? But his grandfather, Wally Moses, said the next fight we're gonna see the real Shakur because his hands have been hurting him for a long time, even down to the Haratunian fight last year or earlier, last year, right? So how everybody giving him all this? Oh, he's a runner. The man stood in front of Oscar Valdez and outclassed this man. Where did he run to? Eddie Reynoso tried to say that. Oh, you know, we don't like the black fighters, you know, because they jab, run. The fight with Valdez is my favorite fight from his. I feel like that was his best performance. The man didn't run nowhere. So where's all this hate coming from? Talking about he ducking this or he running it. Blood, y'all got to stop hating on Shakur, man. Shakur is a world-class fighter. You might not like his style, but ain't nobody beat him yet.
I think
ain't nobody trying to fight him to beat him.
I think that's what it more so is. Stylistically, people don't like his style. So, you know, he's, you know, same thing with Devin Haney. Some people don't like his style. So, you know, the fans, you know, Shakur is not a part of the popular fighters, you know, from a popularity standpoint. So I do get it. Stylistically, they don't like his style. And from his last 2 fights was definitely the Edward De Los Santos fight, that fight right there. So we'll see. You know, you know what stylistically, I do. You know, I think we like what Kid Austin is going to do stylistically. I don't know what Kid Austin is going to do when he get in the ring with Shakur because you know they.
And I'm looking forward to that.
They've told me that, you know, Shakur gave Kid Austin that work in sparring, which that don't mean nothing. His dad is on record. Well, Mama Holyfield is on record saying that Shakur hit Kid Austin so hard with a body shot that he almost doo-dooed on himself, and he had to fight with Clint's butt cheeks. That's not what I'm saying. That's what Mama Holyfield said on video. He said his son had to fight with Clint's butt cheeks. Why he said that when Shakur hit him with a body shot? So I really don't know. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna find out. Could Kid Austin be the one to crack?
Yeah, and we are gonna find out, right? And I'm gonna say this last thing, Coach, because I know you got a 1,000 people calling. But I'm excited about this Floyd Schofield fight only because you got a guy who's like a pressure. He's more like a boxer puncher. That Sean Porter kind of style, not exactly like Sean Porter, but there are some similarities, right? So Shakur ain't gonna have nothing to do but to throw his hands, right? And again, it pisses me off that people are like, oh, he's fighting Floyd Schofield. He's fighting Floyd Schofield. Okay, Floyd Schofield's the only one who's trying to fight the man. Ain't nobody else trying to fight this man. And y'all talking shit about Shakur instead of all these hoe ass niggas who don't want to fight. Talking about some, oh, I don't like his style. Nigga, it's boxing. What the fuck you mean? There are gonna be certain styles. Your job is to learn how to dominate that style. You're just gonna not fight certain fighters. You a bitch. Get your ass home. Right? So stop hating on Shakur when the man's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate your time, fam.
Absolutely, fam. Now, you know, I'm on record. I'm on record saying, because the brother brought Tank up, he brought Tank name up. I'm on record saying that I think Tank will beat those guys. But I need to see it. And the reason why I think he'll beat them is because Tank has great footwork. Shakur has great footwork. Tank has better footwork than Devin Haney, but Devin Haney can control the distance and range. But we'll never see those fights because Devin Haney's moving up to 147. Teofimo's moving up to 147. And then he don't beat Ryan Garcia already at the catch weight, so we'll never see those again. So there's really nothing else in the lightweight division that he's going to fight. Lomachenko more than likely going to retire. Who knows? You know, Lomachenko didn't want to fight Shakur nor Tank. So that's two guys he didn't want to fight. And there are other guys in the top 10 that can fight. See, this was going to have to happen. Let me let y'all know something. These guys right here are going to have to fight each other. Lomachenko, he didn't want to fight Shakur nor Tank. So I can't fault Tank or Shakur for that on that, right? Even though I can't fault Tank. Shakur Lomachenko been trying to fight him for years. He didn't want to fight him, but now he want to fight him. So that's neither here nor there. So you can say they ducked each other, right? These guys right here got to fight each other. William Cepeda is 32-0. He undefeated. Keyshawn is fighting for his first title. With 12 fights, he's fighting Dennis Berinchik. With 12 fights, he's fighting Berinchik. So he's on the fast track. What I don't like, I'm hearing, yeah, man, me and Shakur, that's my brother. I'll never fight him. I don't like that. But, what they say and what they're going to do probably going to be two different things. He's saying he'll never fight him and all that stuff there, but with enough money, Jesus will fight God. True. So we'll have to wait and see. Frank Martin moving up to 140. Andy Cruz wants to smoke more than likely with Keyshawn. We know he wants to smoke with Keyshawn. Andy Cruz and Keyshawn, we need to see that. So these guys got to fight each other. I don't see Tank fighting any one of these guys. I don't see him fighting Keyshawn. I don't see him fighting Andy Cruz. I don't see him fight Shakur. So Shakur, Keyshawn, Andy Cruz, I don't see William Cepeda fighting either one of these guys neither. So these three guys are going to have to fight each other. Berinchik is fighting Keyshawn. That's great. Shakur fighting Kid Austin. If he wins, he's not going to get credit for that. We ought to know that. Andy Cruz, Raymond Muratala, like these guys got to fight, and they got Tevin Farmer in the top 10. These guys got to fight each other. A couple of these guys you might as well X out. A couple of these guys on this list, you can X them out. They're not going to fight any of these guys. Tank already fought Frank Martin. He X'd him out, so that's done. But these other guys are going to have to fight each other. A couple of these guys on the list, we're not going to see these fights, I don't think. Just being honest. So, Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Corey from Texas.
Corey, talk to me.
Good show. I see the phone lines hot today. As far as earlier, real quick, before I talk about the subject, Coach, Fulton fight this weekend. Somebody said that Fulton retired, took a break. Now, Fulton fighting on undercard this weekend. So he back in the ring on Saturday.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I said he's fighting I forgot the dude's name, got that pretty ass sister.
The rematch.
The rematch, yeah.
I'll never forget it was like
Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah.
It's like Brandon Figueroa.
Yeah. He about 4 hours from last day. Yeah, Coach. But the topic you said, Shakur explains how Turkey is saving boxing. Yeah, I agree with that. I just want to see what Shakur does after the Schofield fight. I want to see if he fights because I feel like Turki Alashihk is going to obviously make him keep fighting people that are going to be exciting. So I just want to see where it goes. Hopefully we get 2 more fights from him this year. Will it be the winner of Keyshawn and Barincek, since Top Rank will be on the zone? Will it be Dagon Zepeda, but you think Oscar keeps Zepeda away from him? I just want to see who he. Well, first, let's see the fight. Let's see if we get through Schofield. But yeah, if he stays busy, Coach, and he fights 3 times this year, and it ain't no bullshit fight, then I'll be very excited to see that. And we'll see. But obviously, Turk is trying to save boxing, and we'll see if everybody gets on board with it. I think eventually they'll get on board with it because it's going to be no more money left if you don't get on board with it at this point. Who that you had up there, that Raymond Mortal, who's he with, Coach?
I think he's with Top Rank. He's with Top Rank.
Okay. So, it's some shit. And we know Lomachenko's in recess for a couple months. But that's my call, Coach. Let's just want to see who he fights after this fight. Let's see if he fights anybody that Turk puts in front of him. Good
right,
show, Coach. Peace.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you fight with Turki Alashihk, see, that's the thing. When you're fighting on that Riyadh season card, they do the matchmaking. I don't know the name of the particular matchmaker, but whoever Turki Alashihk has on his team, they do the matchmaking. So, yeah, you can't. You're going to be in 50-50 fights. I totally agree. I totally agree with Shakur on that. You're going to be in 50-50 fights, and all the fighters going to have to drop their nuts. If you are who they say you are, you got to prove it. Simple as that. And that's my only requirement as a fighter. Don't tell me how great your fighter is. I don't care what I believe. I need to see the fight because anything can happen. Styles make fights. You don't automatically get crowned the best without fighting the top guys. People don't like Sugar Ray Leonard because his name's Sugar Ray Leonard. Well, that ain't his real name, Sugar Ray, but you get what I'm saying? That's a nickname. But what I'm saying is they like Sugar Ray because not only what he did in the Olympics, but he proved it, who he fought. He fought the top guys. And what I'm standing on business on is this. If you want to be compared to the greats, which certain fighters don't want to be compared to the greats. Certain fighters say they don't care now about legacy, and they make that obvious. I get that. So for those non-legacy guys who don't care now about legacy, hold on. Fine, that's cool. But you can't be a fan of a fighter and say that fighter be A, B, C, and D without fighting A, B, C, and D. You can say, I believe he'll beat him. Like I believe Tank will whoop probably damn all those dudes, to be honest with you. I believe that. But I don't know that. He got to be willing to fight him. All these other guys, Shakur got to be willing to fight Keyshawn Davis. Raymond Murathala got to be willing to fight Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz got to be willing to fight Keyshawn, and Frank Martin. All these guys got to be willing to fight each other. In boxing, there's no such thing as a guy being the best in any division without fighting the top guys. It doesn't work that way. Now, it works that way in American boxing online today. In today's boxing fan online, your fighter already the best without fighting the top guys. That's how it goes. That's how it happens online. But in the boxing ring, it doesn't work that way. We saw a perfect example of Alexander Usyk. He ran to the smoke in cruiserweight and in heavyweight. He beating guys bigger than him. I'll fight Daniel Dubois. Yeah, I'll fight doggone Anthony Joshua twice. Yeah, I'll fight Tyson Fury twice. That's how you do it. If your fighter ain't doing what Usyk did, or even at least trying to do, nah, man, I can't go for that. I can't go for that. Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Coach, what up, man? It's Giovanni, South Florida.
Giovanni, talk to me, fam.
You know, we got all these guys, right? They're fans of Tank, fans of Shakur, fans of Ryan, fans of Canelo. I'm a fan of Turki Alalshihk, man. All hail his excellency. This man is saving boxing, man. If it wasn't for this dude, we would have never got Bivol Beterbiev. We would have never got Fury, Usyk. Man, it's going down, man. Turki is saving boxing. He's the savior of boxing. I love everything that he's doing. And, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, my thing is, whether you agree with he's the savior of boxing, he's saving boxing or not, that's what Shakur Stevenson said. The fact of the matter is this here. What do we know so far? I know Jerry's skeptical about, oh, man, we don't know what his intentions is. I ain't worried about none of that. What do we know so far? So far, we know that we getting 50-50 fights. We getting top guys fighting each other. Like, literally. You know? And we know that he's been able to do what nobody's been able to do in the sport in the modern era. Get all the promotional companies to work together. You see PBC fighters on Turki Alashihk cards. You see top-ranked fighters. You see Golden Boy fighters. You see Queensberry fighters. And you see Matchroom fighters. Had it not been for Turki Alashihk, you would not be able to get Queensberry, Matchroom, Top Rank, Golden Boy, and PBC fighters on the same card. That has never happened. They was talking about wrong side of the street. They were talking about wrong side of the street, Giovanni. Guess what? Turki Alashihk, the Saudis came and they bought the street. They bought the whole neighborhood. Yep. Now what's up?
Exactly. I'm a fan of all that shit. And what I'm not a fan of is all that other side of the street. I make more money than you. I got more followers than you. And fuck that talk. Could you imagine Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray back in the day never fighting each other because one guy had more followers than another, or another guy was being advised not to fight him? Come on, man. Boxing would never be where it's at today. You got all these young ass, the four kings, the four princesses, the four princesses. That's what they are. If it wasn't for the OGs back in the day, they would never be making the money that they're making right now. To be pussyfooting around fighting pro box fighters. Yo, Lamont Roach, he's a nice fighter, but you know what? You a pro box fighter, man. That's who Tank is fighting, and he's bringing him up for 130. And he did that already with Hector Luis Garcia. And let me know if I'm wrong. He did that with Leo Santa Cruz as well. So, and Shakur is another one. Devin Haney threw him the money, and he dodged it. All these guys, they're all at fault, man. They all need to fucking stop bullshit. And I like what Shakur's doing now. He's aligning himself with Turki, and so is this other crybaby, my boy who got mental issues, Teofimo. So they're aligning themselves with Turki. So you know what? Let's see. Let's see. Make some things happen. Now, I like how Teofimo's talking too, because he's calling out Boots, and it looks like he might get that fight. So you know what? Let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. I like what I'm seeing, but let's make it happen. That's my call, Coach. Thank you.
All right, salute, fam. Yeah, man. See, this is the thing, right? That's why it pains me when I see these old crusties using these. I hate to see an old boxing fan start fanboying or being a male groupie for these young fighters. When you got the old boxing fans, I call them old crusties. The crusties is because of their logic, not because they're old, because of their logic. They use crusty nigga logic. Well, he ain't got to fight nobody. He knocking whoever he fight out. But then when it's a guy that you don't like, well, he ain't fighting nobody. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's like they use double standards. You know, I've been watching boxing a long time. Well, Carla, hold on. How can you tell me? How can you be someone that's a little in their 40s, 50s or 60s, and say you are old school boxing fans, but you giving young niggas passes, and your male grouping for certain fighters, you giving them passes for not doing what Sugar Ray did. Then you got the nerve to mention Sugar Ray. You got the nerve to mention Ali. Well, this is what Ali and Sugar Ray did. This what Hagler and Hearns did. This what Roberto Duran and Azuma Nelson did. This is what Ernie Shavers and Larry Holmes did. Like literally, how can you say you come from that era, but then you don't hold your favorite fighter to the same standard that those who came before you held? And you sit back and say, well, he ain't got to fight the top dudes in the division. What? How old you is? I'm in my 60s. Nigga, please. You just started watching boxing.
True.
You just started watching boxing. Oh, Crescent niggas. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Chrome calling from Savannah. You can hear me because I got no headphones.
Yes, sir, I can hear you good.
Okay. Nah, I was calling, man, because, you know, some of the Shakur hate somewhat getting to me. It's really that, I think it was like the second caller who was like something about he only like pen the paper or something like that. About where he could see pen the paper. But, like, I think a caller before me, like, I mean, Shakur can only fight who's willing to get in the ring with him. I mean, I can't negotiate with you if you tell me, nah, I'm not going to fight you. I mean, it's no way for us to even start negotiating. And, like, I think a lot of people kind of forgetting how he got to De Los Santos. The WBC rankings, Zepeda said no. Muratalla said no. Lomachenko said no. Frank Martin accepted the fight, then backed out. That's how he got to De Los Santos.
Well, you
And
forgot.
then people
No,
say,
you
like,
forgot
well, he
about.
fought.
You forgot about Pitbull. Pitbull was mandated by the WBC at the WBC convention. He was mandated to fight him. He was mandated on the fight. Shakur. He said no.
Yeah, I did forget about Pitbull, but that's 5 fighters right there. So that's how he got to De Los Santos, who I think was like number 6 or 7 in the rankings. And then, like, people say, well, he fought Frank Martin's leftovers. You forgot he had the battle with Top Rank where he wouldn't re-sign with them. So that was the only fight that they would give him. They wouldn't let him fight Moritari when they was online arguing. And he was like, well, we can fight next, but Top Rank wouldn't offer him the fight. So, I mean, you only can fight who get in the ring. And, I mean, people say Shakur boring. He do got a style. I like him. I actually like him. I mean, he do got a style that's not for everybody if you just not really into, like, the sweet science of boxing. But he's never fought like he fought De Los Santos. And like I said, I blame De Los Santos because De Los Santos, you never tried to do nothing. I mean, you was pump faking more than him. And I mean, you can see he wasn't swinging. I don't know if it was the left or the right hand. He clearly wasn't swinging in it. Yeah. At no point did you just try to push the pace. Since everybody says Shakur, he hit soft. That's what they say. Yeah. But I don't never see any boxers walking him down. So I don't know. I mean, some people just hate on Shakur because they Tank fans.
Yeah, De Los Santos didn't cut the ring off. He could have did better as well. So, I mean, again, I get it. I do get it. I understand. But this is the thing, right? See, what we're not going to do is I don't like his style. So, does that mean that you don't want to see your fighter fight him? Because
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you don't, Julio Cesar Chavez fought Pernell Whitaker. Azuma Nelson fought Pernell Whitaker. Oscar De La Hoya fought Pernell Whitaker. They didn't like his style, but they fought him anyways. So we can't make this argument, I don't like his style. So that means my fighter ain't got to fight him. No, he's a champion in your division.
Yeah, you got to fight him. It's your job to make him engage. You feel me? That's what you as a fighter. I mean, tag him, make him where he can't get out so much and keep escaping. I mean, cut the ring off. Yeah. So I don't know. I just think a lot of the Shakur haters really like Tank fans or, you know, fans of other fighters who really making excuses why they fighters shouldn't fight him. And I don't really get it because I think they all need to mix it up if you ask me. But, you know, it's politics and that's the business of boxing. But thank you, Coach, man. That was my call, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Chrome Savannah. Bro, listen. I'm going to say it again. The way boxing work is this. If your fighter is King Kong, he has to fight Godzilla. If you got a weight division where King Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, and Gamera are in the same division, Godzilla don't get a chance to say, man, you know what? I don't like King Kong's style, so I ain't fighting him. You know what? I don't like the way Mothra look. I'm not fighting him. I've never heard Sugar Ray Leonard say that. How can you say you a fan of Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray duck no smoke. I mean, I'll call it, hold on. Nah, he didn't fight Aaron Pryor and stuff like that, but you know, you ain't gonna fight every fighter. But my thing, they're gonna fight every fighter all the time. Some do and some may miss one here or one there. But you got to look at what they give you. Like, these young fighters got to fight each other, bro. That's all I'm saying. I don't care nothing about how tight the nigga jeans is or how cute he look or how good of a dancer he is or you know, how well his daddy speak for him. I don't care about none of that. These dudes got to fight each other, dog. That's how this stuff goes. Literally. If they don't fight each other, don't tell me he the best. I may think he'll beat those other guys, but guess what? That don't mean nothing. They got to fight each other. If they don't fight it, listen, boxing is show and prove. You got to prove it in the ring. You can't give nobody no passes, bro. It doesn't work that way. And don't listen to these old crusty niggas that's online who fanned out. They fanned out for their favorite fighter. They want to get flown out. You know what I mean? So they can get the cheeks clap or whatever. I'm calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? It's Mayo from the Shot.
Mayo, talk to me.
I just wanted to leave something with you and for the listeners. All right, last 5 fights, Gervonta Tank Davis. Frank Martin, he walked Frank Martin down, whooped his ass. That was my favorite fucking Tank Davis knockout. Ryan Garcia, he was on the back foot, knocked him out with a counter shot. Hector Luis Garcia, walked him down, whooped his ass. Rolly Romero, on the back foot, caught him with a counter shot, knocked him out. Ishak Cruz, on the back foot, caught him with a counter shot. Now, Shakur Stevenson, last 5 fights, he had Arnold, walked him down, whooped his ass. De Los Santos, everybody know how that went. Run fest. Yoshino stepped in front of him, knocked him out. Constantine stepped on, whooped his ass. Oscar Valdez stepped on, whooped his ass. So stylistically, we talking about the styles here. You know, I know a lot of people calling in saying they don't like the styles. You know what I'm saying? Shakur stands in front of people more often than Tank Davis. I just wanted to leave that with the listeners, with the chat, and that was my call.
All right, salute, fam. Hey, shout out to Brandon. Brandon say, Coach, always, talk about Godzilla. Well, listen, Brandon, Godzilla is the king of the monsters. That's why I always say Godzilla. Godzilla, hey, listen, Godzilla, can't nobody beat Godzilla. King Kong can, we saw what happened when King Kong and Godzilla fought each other a few years back when they had Kong versus Godzilla. We saw what happened. Godzilla gave him that work at the end. Stepped his foot in his chest and looked at him. Well, like, look here, my nigga, what's happening? We saw what happened. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. Godzilla, the king of the monsters. What the king of the monsters look like saying that again, this is another thing too. If you don't like a fighter's style, but you so far superior than this guy from a skill set standpoint, it makes it look even better for you to fight him. You know what, man? I know how to stop all that, so I'm going to cut the ring off. When I kiss a nigga with a butter shot a couple times, I'm going to make him fold. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, bro. All these dudes got to fight each other, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about we brothers and cousins and sisters and, that's my baby, that's my sister baby daddy, and, that's my cousin auntie, that's my cousin auntie nephew, and, I don't want to hear none of that, dog. I don't want to hear none of that. Don't talk to me about no sugars. Hold on. Don't talk to me about no hagglers. Don't talk to me about no hitmans. Don't talk to me about no hands of stone. Don't talk to me about no lights out. Don't talk to me about no Roy Jones. Don't talk to me about none of that. Larry Holmes. If your fighter ain't moving the way these dudes move, don't tell me about how great your fighter is. Greatness is measured by the moves that you make and who you fight. I'm not going to call you great because you beat Smurfette at the Smurf Village. You don't get called great like that. Greatness has to be earned. I don't want to hear nothing about who you beat in sparring. I don't want to hear nothing about what your coach is saying, what your promoter's saying, what your daddy's saying. You got to get in the ring and prove that. Literally. And you prove it against the top guys. That's why I told y'all, somebody like James Toney, Marvin Hagler would be hated in this era. The same niggas who hating on certain fighters right now, they would hate doggone Hagler right now or James Toney. Oh, they clout chasing. He showed up at the man church. The man was getting baptized. He showed up in the baptism pool. Clout chasing, claiming fame. They saying everything but let's fight. They saying everything but okay, when you gonna fight him then? Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, I've been consistent, man. Shakur is a fucking boogeyman, man. I've been consistent for years, man. Ain't nobody fucking with Shakur. Nobody want to fight him. Cleared out the WBC without even going through, without even throwing a punch. As far as I'm concerned, he retired Edwin De La Santo, so shit. So Shakur out here retiring boxing.
No.
So let Shakur retiring motherfuckers. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Tell your favorite fighter to throw a punch or fight Edwin De La Santos. All I hear is, yeah, the Edwin De La, well, you gotta fight Edwin De La Santos to see how good you do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to knock Edwin, knock him out. I don't know what the Edwin De La Santos barometer was about, but it seemed like it seemed like the only motherfucker that wanted that was willing to fight Edwin De La Santos was Shakur. So that's what it's looking like to me.
Why?
Frank
You know what?
Martin didn't want to fight.
Yeah, no, you know what? Put politics aside, all that there. Edwin De La Santos is a PBC fighter. Edwin De La Santos and Tank need to be fighting each other too. Absolutely.
But
I totally agree with that.
They don't want to fight Edwin De La Santos. They don't want to fight him. Frank Martin turned down the Edwin De La Santos fight. They supposed to be fighting at the beginning of the spring. He don't want to fight Edwin De La Santos. So it's like, and before that, we already knew nobody wanted to fight Edwin De La Santos. You knew nobody wanted to fight him because they allowed him to fight Shakur.
Yeah.
They didn't protect him. They was like, I was like, he got no fight. These Bama's ain't trying to fight you. Go over there and see what you can do with that top ranked youngin. Go over there and try your hand. Yeah. Oh, we gonna protect Cruz different. He a different type of Hispanic. We gonna protect him, but he ain't gotta go over there. But you do. So let's see what you can do. Bring something back. Bring something back. But he couldn't do it, and now he's stuck. So Edwin really shouldn't have forced Shakur. Now you see what happened, man. That man can't get a fight, man. So that's all I got to say, man. The Shakur hate is definitely real. Ain't nobody fuck with young, and I've been consistent. Ain't nobody fuck with Shakur. Not no boxing match. He ain't fucking with the boy. But I don't know, man.
All right, salute, fam. Round boy Fresh, stand up. Hey, you know what? Edwin De La, I just realized that. I didn't think about it. Edwin De La Santos hasn't fought since he fought Shakur back in November 2023. He's been out 14 months. And there's no telling when he coming back. Because, you know, listen, the only way Edwin De La Santos hasn't fought since then. How old is Edwin De La Santos? Edwin De La Santos is, how old he is? 60 rounds. It's not saying what his age is. How old was Edwin De La Santos? What is his age? Do anybody know how old Edwin De La Santos is? I think he's in his 20s. But I don't know. He's in his 20s, I think. There's no reason why this guy should not have had another fight, a couple of fights after it's been 14 months. And he probably ain't gonna be back in the ring. No time soon, probably maybe 4 or 5 months down the road. Unless he's with, okay. Hold on. Y'all look at this here. This is promoter, Scampson Lowitz. Now it makes sense. This is promoter, Scampson. Edwin De La Santos need to be trying to get the hell away from Scampson. He got an opportunity to make him some good money. He's gonna have to be in a tough fight, but he got an opportunity to make him some good money if he can get on that card. That's the issue. The Scampson right there. That's the issue. I had to look right. I said, oh, his promoter, Scampson Lewis. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the problem. This man haven't had a fight since then. Again, as I said before, nobody gets a pass. Especially you, these young fighters. I came up in the era where them dudes fought each other. if you notice, my favorite fighters, the ones who I brag about all the time, wanted all the smoke. And they fought those guys. They challenged themselves. Y'all know Hagler, one of my favorite fighters of all time. I always bring Hagler up. There's another fight I always bring up. I always bring out James Toney. Lights out Tony. Nigga fought everybody. I always bring up Salvador Sanchez. I always bring up Pernell. Winky Wright. Mark Too Sharp Johnson. Azuma Nelson. Chavez. Oscar De La Hoya. I always bring up Oscar De La Hoya. Bernard Hopkins. It's a shame we didn't get B-Hop and James Toney fight. That's the fight we missed out on. But Oscar De La Hoya. I always bring Oscar De La Hoya. Tito. Those guys are legends. Not because they put butts in seats. Not because they had a few male groupie fanboys. They are legends because of what they did and who they fought inside of the ring. Rafael Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, Alexis Arguello. It's so many. Matter of fact, hold on. I got some names right here. Henry Armstrong. Ezra Charles. Willie Pelt. Archie Moore. Nicolino, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard, Salvador Sanchez, Zuma Nelson, Muhammad Ali. Bruh, I hate to hear a dude they talking about Ali. Dude, you ain't even did what Ali did. You got two eras of Ali. The 60s version of Ali, and then you got the 70s version, when he wasn't even in his prime anymore in the 70s. Look at who Ali fought in the 70s. Frazier 3 times. I can't remember everybody he fought. Norton twice. You could obviously say Norton beat Ali both times. Who else he fought? Of course he fought Foreman. He fought Ron Lyles. He fought Ernie Shavers. Who else Ali fought? He fought Spinks coming out of the Olympics. I think he had like six wins, something like that. Bro, I'm sitting there looking at doggone. He fought what the dude name? Sonny Liston. Bro, like he fought, in the 60s and 70s. He fought what was that heavyweight? Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson wasn't no match for Ali, but you get what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, like, I'm looking at the people he fought that he didn't have. He could have ducked some of these dudes. He could have ducked them. I'm talking about hard hitting, hard punching guys. Ali didn't have no punching power like that. He was number 6'3". He could have ducked them dudes. That's why I do it. I don't listen, fam. I don't be wanting to hear it, dog. I don't want to hear it, fam. If they ain't moving like Hagler, they ain't moving like Tony, they ain't moving like Chavez Pernell, they ain't moving like Aaron Pryor, they ain't moving like and Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales. Can't forget about it. Can't forget about them. Can't forget about Tito Trinidad. Can't forget about Hector Camacho. Can't forget about doggone Juan Manuel Marquez. Can't forget about Sugar Shane Mosley. Can't forget about Vernon Forrester. Like, fam, come on, bro. There's some names I can name that I just forgot. It's a whole bunch of names I don't forgot. Who else I got on here? Michael Spinks, Lennox Lewis, Mike McCallum, my other favorite fighter. Mike McCallum, Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, Tommy Hearns, Hurricane Carter, Henry Armstrong. Oh, we can't forget about Benny Lennard. Y'all probably know who Benny Lennard is. Another bad boy lightweight. Manny Pacquiao, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Money Mayweather. Carlos Monzon, Jack Dempsey. I should like Jack Dempsey. Joe Gans. Y'all know what you know about Joe Gans. Kid Gavilan. I got a list of names here. I was just writing down. I was just, going off some of the fights that my uncle the one turned me on the boxing. I like, Joe Gans. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say, I got to look it up, but I think Joe Gans was from Baltimore. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. If you from Baltimore, y'all look up Joe Gans. You get what I'm saying? Bro, like that, but that's going back too far. I think that's going back too. I might be going back too far. But again, bro, that's how you establish this. That's how you establish it, fam. That's how it's done. You don't get no passes, fam. You got to prove it. And then you get the prayer. Yeah, man, you know what, man? He did that. Even if you lose, if you put up a valid effort, you still get props. You lost, dog, but boy, that was a hell of a fight. Nigga, Roberto Duran fought Hagler, Hearns, and Sugar Ray Leonard. 84 Iran Barkley. And what? Duran was what, an 8-1 underdog, 9-10-1 underdog? Man, you crazy for moving up fighting that dude. No, I want that. So don't tell me nothing about how great your fight is. If he ain't moving like that, I ain't trying to hear that. Nigga, y'all behind it. Y'all got these niggas in the winter protection program. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? This is Coach Eddie from ATL. What's going on, brother?
Coach Eddie, talk to me.
Yeah, only thing I got to say about this right here, Shakur is right to a certain extent, but at the same time, I also remember him, and I don't know how true it is, how these offers are, that he turned down them fights with Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Where he could have won all the belts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're looking like a contradiction because you could have won all 4 belts in one shot. You would have got the biggest payday. You could have won all 4 belts. You know what I'm saying? You would have had some more credentials. Only thing I'm worried about for this fight with Shakur, he signed with Eddie Hearn, and he's looking like Demetrius Andrade 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't see how people don't want to fight him, or he's not exciting. They say he's not exciting. He's a born fighter. They don't like your style, and I think he has to go over here, in my opinion, and dominate Floyd Schofield, because he goes over there and he puts on a performance like a snooze fest or a lackluster performance. They already put that jacket on him already. You're not exciting, just based off that one fight. You know what I'm saying? Based on that one fight. And once, you know how it is in boxing, once they put a jacket on you, man, it's hard to shake that jacket, man. They did the same thing with Bernard Hopkins. They put that jacket on Bernard Hopkins. They tried to anyway, but like you had to really try hard to shake that stigma. And like I say, a lot of people don't like Shakur. A lot of fighters don't like to fight him because he has a good defensive style. He's hard to hit. You ain't gonna look good against him. You ain't gonna be able to shine. So, in my opinion, if he doesn't dominate Floyd Schofield, I think he's a heavy favorite in this fight. And if the fight is boring, are they gonna bring him back?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look up the odds. I don't know if he's a heavy favorite, but the way Floyd Schofield fights, he has an awkward style. He's definitely Sean Porter 2.0. As much as the Mama Holyfield don't like to admit it, he fights just like, he reminds me so much of Sean Porter. Knees, elbows, forehead. He coming in there like that. He dash in and out. He's very athletic like Sean Porter. Throw a lot of looping shots. It might be hard to kind of time him or whatever. You can wait on him. He's going to come to you. He do too much dancing around the ring. He do too much moving. You don't have to do all that moving. He's young right now, so he's doing it because he's young. But he don't have to do all that moving. He can sit there, do subtle movement. Okay, let me make this a mid-range fight. He had that bite down. But Kid Austin does have heart. We're going to see. Shakur's going to have to put on a good performance. Even if he wins, he's going to have to look good winning. I don't know if he's going to dominate Kid Austin. I don't know if he's going to do that. But he at least have to put on a better performance. He got to channel his inner, and I'm not comparing him to Pernell Whitaker. I'm not. But he got to channel that. Pernell will fight you right there mid-range in the pocket, and he slip, move, turn, spin, counter. He's always in position to land. You don't never see him jumping back 30 feet. He's not going to do that. So as long as Shakur don't put on that performance that he did against Edward De Los Santos, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Like I say, a lot of people want to criticize Shakur Stevenson, whether personal reason or they don't like his style. So it's like the people come in already just looking for anything to nitpick about him. Even the commentators, you can tell when people are commentating, their natural bias against the fighter. They'll say bad things about the fighter. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what happens. But like I said, I think he really has to showcase his talent against this young kid. But that's my call, Coach. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
All right, salute, fam. I'll call it. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How you doing? How you doing?
I can't hear you. You sound like you're muffled.
Yeah, you can hear me now? How do I sound?
Yeah, you sound a little bit better. What's your name? Where you calling from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek from New Orleans. Talk to me.
I was just calling. I heard the one guy calling and he was talking about when he was asking about giving some specifics on who actually Shakur ducked. I don't think he made his case clear. But me personally, I don't think Shakur is ducking anyone. I truly believe Shakur want to fight these fighters. I just think that he got himself pushed back against the wall, and people scared to look bad against him. So when he want to fight the top fighters, I think that they're scared they're going to look bad against Shakur.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if Shakur will beat any of the top guys. I don't know if any of the top guys will beat Shakur, but I think Shakur just has to come out and prove everybody wrong that he's more of a boxer than a fighter.
Yeah, he's a pure boxer. He doesn't fight. I agree with that. He doesn't fight. He's a boxer, pure boxer.
That's right. And a lot of people want to see a fight. So if he find a way to mix it 50-50, like when it's time to bog down, at a lower weight class, he did do that, though. But I don't know how he's going to work with his hands being the way it is. I don't know if he's going to get to those Floyd Mayweather hands where he's really going to have to continue to box. But if he find a way to fight inside of the boxing ring and don't treat it like an amateur style and try and score points to win a match, I believe that he would gain his notoriety and then start getting the big fights again.
All right. Salute, fam. Yeah, I can barely hear him. I probably should have turned the volume up a little bit more. He was talking low. Yeah, salute, fam. But like my main man, Pernell Whitaker was pillow fisted, but he'll fight you. See, that's the difference. Pernell Whitaker was pillow fisted, but he'll fight you. Like he'll sit in that pocket with you, and you ain't gonna be able to hit him. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. The name of the fight game is to hit or not get hit. I do get that, but there are ways you can make a guy miss and not hit you. I.e. James Toney. I.e. Hell, I remember I interviewed Tommy Brooks, legendary trainer Tommy Brooks. He said the best fighter he ever trained was Pernell Whitaker. He said Pernell can sit right in front of you, punch you. While he'll hit you, pull your trunks down, and get out of the way before you can land one punch on him. True. I'm gonna find that interview. I got it in my I have it in my. I think I interviewed him in 2021. I'm gonna find that interview. Tommy Brooks, I interviewed him. Legendary trainer Tommy. Y'all know who Tommy Brooks is. He's literally, bro. Like he'll fight you mid-range. I was just looking at a fight with Pernell Whitaker and Azuma Nelson. Azuma Nelson moved up to fight him, but at lightweight. But Azuma Nelson had so much pressure on Pernell Whitaker. Pernell was just turning him, making him miss wide, hitting him, tagging him. Listen, when Pernell Whitaker laying there, and he was a great body puncher. When he laying there, when he hit you to the body, he put his weight into it, but he ain't got no power. Look at when Pernell Whitaker, when he throw that body shot, that left foot to the body, boom, and then step around that weak side, boom, and he'll step around the weak side. Look at when he land them body shots. Look at when he catch it with that left hook or that straight left. He's sitting on that shot. He just ain't have no power. Weak side, like bro, like this man, come on, man. This man here, man. Sweet Pea, keep sweet. He'll fight you mid-range all day. Now James Toney did it a little differently. Both of them pretty much, very elusive. James Toney was a little bit more. Pernell had more like cat-like reflexes. But he didn't do all that jumping back like what Shakur did against Abdul Santos. But James Toner was more, he right there. Take that, he'll take that half a step, slip. He had great vision, great eyes. He see everything. You might catch him with a good shot every now and then, but he see everything. He's always in position to counter. So there's multiple ways to skin the cat. You get what I'm saying? So, that's all. MPR said Sweet Pea had a mean streak though. Yeah, he did. Like Sweet Pea will fight you. And I think that's what people want to see. People want to see Shakur fight, have a good fight. Like, make the people miss like you've been making them miss, but do it while fighting them. Slip, catch, roll, counter. You get what I'm saying? Pivots. Right there. That's what they want to see him. That's what they want to see him at. Because, but let me tell you something. When you fight like that, though, you got to have balls. You got to have balls. You got to have balls of steel. You fight like that. When you fight like that, yeah, happy birthday to Miss Connie. When you fight like that, boy, you got to have balls of steel to fight like that, bro. Like, for real, though. Because one slip up, you might get caught with something. And you may even get caught with that. So Andy Payne say, Coach, it's not like in Shakur DNA to fight that way. Yeah, but it got to be in other people's DNA to want to fight him too. I agree with you on that. Now, you know what? I seen Shakur do that. I seen Shakur fight like that before. When he fought Jamel Herring, he fought like that. When he fought in certain fights he's fought like that. But Shakur, I think he has issues with punchers. If someone is a puncher, then he fights totally different if it's a puncher. I think that's what it is. You have to fight like that with punchers. See, that's the difference. You got to know, you got to fight like that with punchers. Salvador Sanchez, I'm like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you in there with a puncher, you can take that power away. But you got to have the confidence to be able to do that. And you got to be willing to go through water and not get wet, swim in the ocean and not get wet. You got to be willing to do that. Floyd Mayweather was great at that when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was great at that. When he was Money Mayweather, he was great at that. Did you get what I'm saying? So, that's all. But the other guys got to be willing to fight him. I don't want to hear he ain't got to fight and we don't like his style. That's duck language. So you're not going to fight him because you don't like his style. That's duck language. Because, he can't punch, he can't do this, all he going to do is this and that. Okay, well, show us what you can do with him. Show us what you can do with him then. Show us he ain't got nothing. Show us that's all he gonna do. Well, you're supposed to be the superior boxer, right? Superior boxer, superior fighter. Okay, well, show us how it's done. Oh, you ain't willing to do that. True. Shout out to Real Prison Talk. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy. Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. He say, sounds like you want to see Shakur fight like Andy Cruz. I got to see what Andy Cruz fight like when he's fighting better competition. That'll tell me, Real Prison Talk, if Andy Cruz is, we know he's good. We know he has Olympic pedigree. We know all of that, right? But I'm saying in the pros, when he fights, let's say he was to get in the ring with a Tank. I want to see how he fight then. Let's say he was to get in the ring with a Shakur. I want to see how he fight then. Him and Keyshawn Davis and stuff like that. Like, all I'm saying, fam, is I want to see these dudes get in the ring and fight each other. We have to, us as boxing fans have to be able to clear all doubt. That's all I'm saying. We have to be able to clear all doubt. I'm tired of these hypothetical matches. I'm tired of these Superman stories. I'm tired of all of it, dog.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
You get what I'm saying? Hold on. This doesn't make any sense. EMS say styles make fight, coach. If your style is boring, it won't sell. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Check this out, EMS. Back in the day, I used to hear the same thing about Pernell Whitaker. I used to hear the same thing about, oh man, Pernell, oh man, he ain't go, because he couldn't nobody hit him. And he wasn't jumping back 20 feet. But he was very elusive in the pocket. Oh man, he got a boring style, this and that. But Oscar De La Hoya still fought him. Julio Cesar Chavez still fought him. Buddy McGirt fought him like he fought it. Zuma Nelson fought him, and he made a Zuma Nelson look silly. Like, that's not an excuse. And especially if you were this fighter who's supposed to be creme de la creme. If you're a good enough fighter, you're supposed to be able to beat any style. If you are who they say you are. See, this is the issue that I have. If you are a good enough fighter, you're supposed to be able to beat any style. Yeah, he ain't got no fan-friendly style, but I'm going to beat him out of that when I get in the ring with him. That's duck language, fam. That's what these dudes do to justify ducking people. This why the trainer will get up there and say, oh man, we don't like his style. This why the promoter will get up there and say, oh man, it's about putting butts in seats and this and that. That's the problem. That is the problem, fam. Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody. He didn't care what style they had. Oscar didn't say, oh, you know what, for me, still, I don't like this guy's style, so I'm not going to fight him. No, Oscar wanted to smoke. And these dudes in today's time, man, I don't like his style. That's why I ain't going to fight him. Where they do that at? That's what killed American boxing. That right there. Is that right there what killed American boxing? That's what killed it. He said people use Shakur's. He said people use. I guess you're trying to say people use Shakur distance, range, and footwork as an excuse to avoid, bro. And what to say, EMS? You say true, coach. He said fighters today care more about butts and seats and how they look. Shakur will most likely make these fighters look bad. But see, this is the thing, though. He may not make them look bad. He may not make them look bad. This what I'm saying, fam. Sugar Ray Robinson to beat any style. Floyd Mayweather, don't matter what style you had, I'm gonna beat you. Sugar Shane Mosley, I'm gonna take the fight to you. Bernard Hopkins, I'm coming to get you. James Toney, don't matter what you do, you ain't gonna win, even if he did lose. Marvin Hagler, I don't care what style you got, I'm gonna beat you out your style. See, the great fighters can beat any style. The great fighters, even if they can't beat that style, they're going to challenge themselves and make that an ugly fight for that guy. In today's time, it's a whole lot of duck language. I've never heard in boxing, when I was watching boxing, I don't want to fight you because I don't like your style. And fans be on board with it. He ran against Abdallah Santos. That ain't no excuse for you not to fight him. How you making that as an excuse not to fight the guy? If you are as good as they say you is, guess what? I can beat him out that style. These niggas ain't got no These niggas ain't got no confidence in themselves. They don't. They ain't got no confidence in themselves. True. They ain't got no confidence in themselves. That's why I don't look at your favorite fighter the way you look at them. I don't look at these dudes like that. That's why I laugh when they say the new four kings. Where? Yeah, these are the new four kings. Where? I don't see no kings. I don't see no kings. I don't. I mean, Alexander Usyk. Is it Alexander Usyk? I don't see no kings at 135. Not one. Show me one king at 135. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's CJ from the 504, Coach.
CJ, you sound kind of muffled, man, but try to work with you. Go ahead.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah, first of all, how you doing, man? Yeah, but I think Shakur checked all the boxes, man, when it comes to the true media boxing criteria list, Coach. He challenged the champion at 126-1. He went to 130 and fought the man at 130. That was Valdez. He became unified, lineal. He went to 135 and got the WBC belt by fighting De Los Santos. He's calling out the other champions in the division, but he's not getting those fights. So he went to the next best thing, which is what the number one ranked guy in the sanctioning bodies. And I think Kid is ranked like top 5 or top 4 in all the sanctioning bodies. So he's fighting the next best thing. I mean, you can't ask the man to do anything more than what he's doing, you know, when it comes to the opponents he's fighting. But I take Tank out of that equation when we talk about, you know, the best at 135 and who could beat who. Because, like I said, the man already told us he's not fighting these guys. He doesn't care about belts. He's not interested in what the fans want to see. You know, I think Coach Calvin was at a pro box fight recruiting his next opponent. But, 135 is stagnant because Shakur is not fighting against Keyshawn. That's not going to happen. They say they're not fighting each other. If Keyshawn gets that belt from Baranchik, I mean, we're going to have 2 belts that won't be unified because they're not fighting each other. Lomachenko's got the IBF. I don't think he's looking to fight anybody.
Yeah.
And Tank's just holding up that WBA hostage. He's not fighting anybody. So yeah, 135 is not going to have any type of movement until either one of those guys probably just moves up to 140 or just basically vacate one of those belts because we're not going to get those 2 fights. But yeah, I like Shakur, man. I like the way he was talking. Everything he said in that interview, I believe him because, like I said, I haven't really seen him turn down anything that was a fair deal. I think the only thing they said he turned down was a Devin fight, but once again, I don't know the logistics of it. I don't know what type of money he was getting. I really don't care. I don't care what these dudes make. I just want to see fights. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Kid Austin could bring to the table, man, because I think Kid Austin is a lot better than what he showed in his last fight against that guy, Renee. Kid Austin, he's got real fast feet, man. He's got real fast feet. And he does remind me of Sean Porter because, you know, Sean Porter really likes to get people against the ropes, and he does a quick pivot, and he likes to pin you against the ropes and keep you. That's the way he could do a lot of good work. And I see Kid Austin has real good pivoting, real good footwork as well. But I want to see what he can do with Shakur's distance management because Shakur does a real good job of keeping people at bay and picking them apart by controlling the range of distance. So I want to see if Kid could kind of find his way in and utilize his footwork to do some real good body work on Shakur because you can't land headshots on Shakur. The dude quick as a cat, man. You got to actually go for the body. You got to do good body work and slow him down as the rounds progress. But that's going to be a damn good fight. And, we're going to see how Keyshawn look as well against Baranchik, man. They got some good fights. But like I said, you could leave 2 of the belts. They ain't going to be touched. Lomachenko, we don't know what the hell he's doing, and Tank just ain't fighting these guys, but we still got people cheerleading, even though he told us in our face, I don't care what you want, the fight's not happening, I'm not fighting these guys, they ain't did nothing, but I'm going to go pull some people from Pro Box to knock out. That's all we getting from him. So I appreciate the call, Coach.
All right, salute, fam. Yeah, that last fight, Kid Austin had, Buddy was giving him that work in that second half of that fight. He got dropped. Well, who that was Kid Austin fought last time? Man, I do. Hey, look here, man. Kid was hitting that man with everything. Buddy wasn't going nowhere. That was almost a cherry pick that went wrong. And he dropped Kid Austin. I was like, man. This dude, what was that dude name? Man, that dude, man, bro. Yeah, Jerron. Hey, shout out to stepping every time. Man, look here. Hey, listen. Oscar De La Hoya went to Mexico. Thought he had a perfect tomato can for Kid Austin. Man, Buddy wasn't having none of that. That's who it was, Renee. Renee. Angela and Renee. From Angela, y'all remember Angela Renee? You know, you'll always be My first love. Y'all remember that Angela Renee, right? Yeah, Renee from Angela Renee. Yeah, man, that dude was putting hands and foot. That dude was putting hands and foot on Kid Austin, man, that second half of the fight, bro. He was slow and everything. He had them, called him, dropped him. That man, listen, Renee ain't have a scratch on his face, dog, when the fight was over with. And he went 12 rounds? Went 12 rounds with him? Man, shit, man. Y'all remember when Kid Austin went to go sit down in the corner? The stool wasn't even there. He sat right down on the canvas. That man ain't no way he was at, man. True. I don't know, bro. Well, he ain't got to worry about that with Shakur. He ain't got to worry about that with Shakur. I'm just saying, man, Renee, boy. Renee and Angela, boy, Renee wasn't playing, bro. Hey, then he was clinching. Hey, hold on, somebody said in the chat. He said, Kid Austin was clinching, buddy. Man, Renee, bro, let me tell you something, bro. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. This was gonna happen. One day, I don't know what day that's gonna be, when these top fighters, when your favorite fighter ain't fighting these top guys, I don't care who it is. This was gonna happen. They gonna get in the ring with a cherry. They gonna get in the ring with a cherry, and it's gonna be a cherry pick that went wrong. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen, bro. It always happened like that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? It's Smitty from Ohio.
Smitty from Ohio, talk to me.
What's going on, man? So I know you're talking about Shakur and the Turkey situation. So I think Turkey can make the fight happen as far as getting people in the ring with Shakur.
No, I don't think so.
I think some people I know with Frank Martin, people said Frank Martin ducked, but the guy switched over to fight with Tank for more money. So I think the politics, and I know we don't like talking about the business, but I think sometimes the business gets in the way of these fights. Where Shakur, man, Shakur's man, he's a beast. So and I think we dealt with this, man, where when there's sides of the street, and I hate the side of the street thing. That's why I'm happy Turkey's involved. But these promoters, all of them, man, whether it's PBC, whether it's Top Rank, they try to make these fights where it's all right, so if we put Shakur in there, how much money are we going to get? And so it's hard to make those fights when they're in different promotional companies unless there's a lot of money involved, like a Ryan Garcia or like a Pacquiao or Mayweather. So I think that's the issue that Shakur's been having, is just that, he's a great fighter. But is there a lot of money for fighters to want to get in the ring with him? So I think Turkey can come. I think if Turkey's willing to put the money up, I think you'll see people willing to fight Shakur more. I think that's kind of the issue. It's unless it's an in-house fight. Oh, go ahead.
No, so what do you say about people Turkey's involved and they say they still ain't fighting them?
Now that's no excuse for that. So if there's somebody on that side, so for instance, I think Shakur should fight Keyshawn. Right? I think Shakur should fight Keyshawn. But if people are there's no reason to duck if you're over there. If you're part of Top Rank, that's why I don't like the Keyshawn Shakur situation that's going on, because then there's no really excuse for that. Or with Loma, I don't know Loma's trying to retire, but that's a fight to me that there's no excuse why that shouldn't be made unless Loma just doesn't want to fight.
I just pulled up the top 10 guys in the top 10 guys according to Ring Magazine. We got Tank, we got Loma, we got Shakur. Shakur's with Matchroom now. We got William Cepeda, Keyshawn, Dennis Baranchyk. Baranchyk is fighting Keyshawn for the Keyshawn fighting Baranchyk for his WBO strap. Frank Martin just moved up to 140 after getting knocked out by Tank. Andy Cruz, Raymond Murathala, Tevin Farmer. There's no reason why all of these guys shouldn't fight each other.
No,
Ever Dallas Santos, okay, he fought Shakur. He should be able to get a fight with Keyshawn. He should be able to get a fight with Gervonta Davis. All these guys got to mix it up, period.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's why when you're talking about the business in America, and as far as boxing in America, I agree with you. And the reason why it's messed up is because each promotional company wants what's best for them, and they try to do in-house fights as much as possible. So I think it kind of messes the game up where, in order for fighters to fight another fighter in another promotional company, it got to be a lot of money on the table, or no promoter wants to do it. I've heard Eddie Hearn that's not
the case anymore. That's over with. You got fighters right now. Yes. You got fighters right now saying they won't even fight on the Turki Alashihk card. They don't want to. And guess what? And money is not an issue. So I can't put it all on the promoters. A lot of times it's these fighters. These fighters hide behind promoters. You know, like there's no reason in today's time that we should be talking about promoting. We just saw Errol Spence. A PBC fighter, went against his own manager and advisor, Al Heyman, and after going through Al to try to make the Terrence Crawford fight, we just saw him. I'm going to step around him, and I'm going to deal with the fighter directly and make this fight happen. We just saw that. There's no excuses, fam. There's no excuses. In 2025, in today's time, there's no excuses. Fighters can, if two fighters really want to fight each other, they can make that happen. We just saw that with Kid Austin and doggone Shakur Stevenson. Kid Austin, Mama Holyfield told Oscar De La Hoya, I don't care if you don't want me to take this fight. I want this fight. You work for me. We saw that, and guess what? That fight is happening. So we're not going to put that on promoters no more. It's fighters. It's fighters. It's the fighters, fam.
No, I agree with you. Crawford did have to leave Top Rank, though. He did have to leave Top Rank in order to make that happen. But but I'm with you on that. Yeah, these fighters. But I'm with you, Coach. We on the same page. These fighters, they need to fight each other, man. And I think that they need to make these fights happen. But that's my call, Coach. I appreciate you.
All right, salute, fam. All right, this is the last call. And truth be told, Crawford did not have to leave Top Rank. What happened was they used that as an excuse not to make the fight. Carla, hold on. You want to know how I know they used that as an excuse not to make the fight? Tyson Fury was with Top Rank. And him and Deontay Wilder fought each other. Wilder told everybody, I want to fight Tyson Fury first. Now, that was kind of different because Tyson Fury was coming off of 700 pounds and, smoking crack and stuff like that, Nandalone in the system. And Wilder thought that was a cherry pick, and that almost went wrong. And Wilder did knock Tyson Fury out that first fight. He knocked him out. But he woke up and beat the count. The second fight, Wilder was adamant about getting that second fight. They told him, nah, leave him alone. But his pride. So we know when two fighters are adamant about fighting each other, it can happen. PBC get a lot of blame for why fights don't happen. It ain't always Al Heyman's fault. A lot of those fighters, they use Al as an excuse to duck. Everybody want to blame Al, but a lot of those fighters, they use Al Heyman as an excuse to duck. Because you ain't going to be able to interview Al and ask Al, don't nobody know what Al Heyman look like. So it ain't like you can, hey Al, is it true? Is it true, Al? Is it true, Al, that you blocked this fight, you blocked that fight? Can't nobody interview Al Heyman. We don't know if he dead or alive. But we know these fighters be using Al Heyman as an excuse to duck. That's what it's been. I was the main one blaming Al Heyman. I used to blame Al. I did. Al do want to make the in-house fights. I used to blame Al. I did. But guess what? These fighters was ducking behind Al. Because they know damn well you ain't gonna be able to fact check that with Al. Come on, fam. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah. They want to blame Al Heyman for everything. You get what I'm saying? And it's raining outside. Al Heyman did it. Al Heyman, Al this, Al that. No, these niggas just ducking. They want the easy matches.
But this ball been taking the easy matches, fighting other balls.
They want that $3 million to fight a C-class fighter. That's what it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. If they want to smoke, they can fight. We ain't gonna blame Top Rank. We ain't blaming Al Heyman, PBC. We ain't blaming Matchroom. No, it's these fighters. It's these fighters. That's what it is. Especially now we got Turki Alashihk involved. That's these fighters, bro. That's it. That's all it is. Hey, shout out to Jamie. Jamie, what's going on, fam? Hey, Andy Payne said, we can't blame Al, coach. We can only thank him. Oh, yeah, we got to thank Al. We can't blame him.
Well, I guess I got to be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman.
Yeah, man, we got to thank Al. We can't blame Al now. We can't. I don't want no smoke. I don't have enough beef with the Heymanites. I don't want no more smoke. Y'all got it. The Heymanites, y'all got it, dog. I don't want no more smoke. Listen, man, let's give a shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to Keith's Bulldogs.
Well, I guess I got to be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman.
Salute, fam. Shout out to our sponsor. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah, man, we can't. I'm gonna tell you why we can't blame Al. You can't blame Al. And I always play this clip. And you know what I'm finna play. You can't blame Al for anything. When you have a fighter, as a matter of fact, when you have a fighter that say this, and I respect this honesty. Did I like it? No, I didn't like it. But I respect it. I said, you know what? I respect it because, not respect it, I said I respect it because he was honest. As a matter of fact, where is that? Where the goddamn video at? Where's the video? Hold on. Oh, here go Big Red.
I need to talk to you right now about my royalties and how you keep your books.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Fuck your office hours. I need to talk to you right now, motherfucker.
Yeah, so this ain't Al Heyman fault.
Me, the fans, we feeling like you not getting the best fights you supposed to. But we know Tank can fight anybody. Why is that? For me, we want to see you fight Lomachenko. We want to see you fight Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, motherfucking all the top who they say is the 4 horsemen and they anywhere around your weight class. We want to see it happen. When we gonna see it happen?
I'm not sure. I ain't got
that's
nothing to do. That was real shit.
That's some real shit.
I don't know. That's like,
how many times you don't went in there and said, I want these niggas, man?
to be honest, I ain't never said it.
So that told me that, you know what, if he wanted those fights, he could have got it. All he had to do was ask for it. That's what that told me.
What about Rocky Marciano? Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something wonderful. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit. He beat Joe Louis's ass.
Rocky Marciano did beat Joe Louis' ass. I ain't gonna lie. He did that now. He did that. You get what I'm saying? He did that. Listen. There's no more 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20. That's over with.
I know you once said, hey, look, if we fight, it's going to be either 70, 30, 80, 20. Was that?
Man, I was. When I said
posturing or what was that?
When did I say that?
You know, that was.
Yeah, I said it on my girl Instagram. Yeah. What's going? But I was playing. Hey, man, nobody taking no 80, 20, 70, 30. Yeah, I was playing. I was like, because I was like, it's gonna be 60, 40, and I was like, yeah, he keep playing crazy. It's gonna be 70, 30, yeah. or 80, 20. Yeah. But yeah, I was playing. Like I wasn't serious about that, man. Like, people can't take jokes.
Hey, listen, at least Errol Spence had a good sense of humor. I give Errol Spence that credit.
Now, I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run like a solitary rat.
Yeah, man, y'all know what time it is. Shout out to Clubber Land.
Get out while you can. Don't get a sucker no statue. Give him guts.
We got to give these niggas some guts. Don't get this sucker no statue. Give him guts. We got to give him some guts, dog. Some of these dudes got to get some guts, man. We need to know you great. You say you great, prove it.
Get out while you can. Don't get a sucker no statue. Give him guts.
We got to give him guts. That's all I'm saying. You say you great, prove it.
I am ranked number one. One. That means I'm the best. But this bum been taking the easy matches. Fighting other bums.
Why you think Clubber Lane pulled up on Rocky Balboa? He was the #1 ranked contender. He was next in line to fight the champion. Rocky was ducking him. He was fighting bums.
But this bum been taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Cherry picking. Where was it, Rocky? It was really Mickey, his trainer. You know, you're not gonna fight a Rocky. You're not gonna fight him. Man, what are you talking about, Mickey? What are you talking about? I can take him. No, you can't, cat. He's not like those other guys. What are you saying? You know, you was fighting setups, Rocky. You was fighting setups. We went to Mexico and we found the finest of cherries and we put you in there with them. My job was to pad your record and keep you winning. This guy's not like those other guys, Rocky. He'll snatch your head off and shit in your neck.
True.
It's not like those other guys, Rocky. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Rocky, leave him alone.
I'm ranked number 1. 1! That means I'm the best. But this bum been taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Niggas want to take easy matches. You know, it is what it is.
We the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's
please.
up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Nello.
That's why I say, I don't want to hear that. Y'all calling, they calling Esau Cruz the Mexican Mike Tyson. Well, if you're the Mexican Mike Tyson, you got to fight your version of Lennox Lewis. You fought Tank, okay? You got to fight Holyfield. You got to fight Razor Ruddy. You got to do what Mike Tyson did. You know, you don't become the Mexican Mike Tyson because you lost to Tank. You lost to Tank. You lost to Tank, 12-round decision. Now you the Mexican Mike Tyson. Then they put him in there with some setup fights. He throwing bolos, one-dimensional fighter, flat-footed, slow, throwing the haymakers. That's all Esau Cruz doing, throwing the haymakers, bombs up a Baghdad. Don't know what a jab is. And this ain't no shade. He's only doing what he can do. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at Esau Cruz. He's only doing what he can do. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name.
You know, that's the thing, though, man. These dudes got to be willing. They got to drop their nuts and fight each other, bro. It's that simple. We're not talking about money. We don't need no fantasies online. Yeah, man, about the money. My fighter, he ain't no draw. Okay, well, guess what? When Turki Alashihk is involved, it ain't got nothing to do with being a draw or not. How much you want? How much he want? Okay, we'll pay the money. It ain't about that. It ain't about putting no butts and seats and none of that. You want a certain amount of money, so be it. We ain't talking about, nigga, I want $150 million. $150 million for what? Are you getting $150 million for fighting hog head cheese? Like, bro, we gotta get to a point in boxing to where even if you love a fighter, you gotta hold them accountable. You gotta keep everybody on the same board, on the same level. And you can't pick and choose. Just like you making a strong argument against Shakur, make that same argument against the nigga you capping for. But you're not going to do that. You want to know why? Because your dislike for Shakur won't allow you to do that. Your dislike for Shakur and your love for your favorite fighter won't allow you to do that. It's human behavior. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout out to Six Figure Johnny.
Well, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and sing Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? But a name. Do you have a name? Oh, nah, I ain't got no name,
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. What it is, man. You got to name the names, man. You got to name the names. Somebody asks you about a fighter. We don't want to see you getting mad and catching an attitude. Why you bringing his name up? Why you keep talking about him? I don't want to talk about him. Why you bringing his name up? I'm like, damn, bro. Like, come on, why you rolling your neck like that? You say, hold on, fam. Like, and I'm looking at James Toney. Nigga, James Toney slapping microphones out of Jim Gray hand. James Toney looking for smoke. Shannon Briggs going to restaurants, going to the church, going to the mosque, pulling up at the beach, the grocery store. Shannon Briggs running dudes down for smoke. Yeah, he got Shannon Briggs got some losses now. He do got some losses. But he hunting them down for smoke. Literally. Where your husband at? No, listen. Hey, woman, where your husband at? Tell him I said Shannon the Cannon Briggs is looking for him. It's a disgrace to where your husband been decking me. That's your son. That's your son right there. How you doing, little man? How does it feel to know your dad is a coward, that he don't want to fight the champ? Let your daddy know I'm the #1 contender. I'm ranked #1. One. That means I'm the best. But your daddy keep taking the easy matches, fighting other bums. I ain't how it feel to be in school and all the kids coming up to you knowing your dad is a coward. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is. Let me start. These dudes getting too sensitive.
Come fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby.
We're gonna do the wrap up, man. Let's give a shout out to everyone who gave a cash app, gave a super chat. Shout out to Deal.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Mr. T.
Hey, okay.
And shout out to Real Prison Talk with Tommy.
Hey, okay.
Let's get a cash app super chats round of applause. Only in today's boxing, fighters get criticized for chasing the big fights. If you a fighter trying to fight a big name fighter, and you multi-division world champion, you got accolades and stuff like that, only in today's time, that fighter get chastised. You got some nerve trying to fight the top guy in the division. I dare you try to fight him. Yeah, that's what they do in boxing. Man, you clout chasing. You gotta earn the right to fight my fighter. Only in today's boxing that happens, bro. I've never in my life seen anything like this here. I can promise y'all one thing. I would never conform to that. Never. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'll give y'all a little bit of snow bunny love.
See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you move, step and I grip out of control. It's me against the light, snow bunny. Moving on the bar, everything's alright. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my snow bunny love, we're party about the night. See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you move, step and I grip out of control. It's me against the light, snow bunny. Moving on the bar, everything's alright. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my snow bunny love, we're party about the night. See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you move, step and I grip out of control. It's me against the light, snow bunny. Moving on the bar, everything's alright. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my snow bunny love, we're party about the night. See your eyes shine, she's my snow bunny, please. In the winter lights, too, she's my sweet dust of free. Talk to my nose, this love, but God is so raw. Make you move, step and I grip out of control. It's me against the light, snow bunny. Moving on the bar, everything's alright. Got that smooth, so feel. No, that's next to the law. With my snow bunny love, we're party about the night.
Yeah, man, you might as well, man, a little bit of snow bunny love. You get what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. hey, you feel me?
hey, who was you, pimp? Hey, what the fuck?
What the
Get your
fuck?
motherfucker. Hey, that nigga squeezing me.
Hey,
Get
player.
that freak
Hey,
ass
player.
nigga up
You
out
ain't
me,
hear my
bro.
nigga say
What
back the
the
fuck up, dude?
And we can't end the show without giving a shout out to the face of boxing.
Hey. Yeah. Ooh, that look good.
Hey, I don't want to hear no more Superman stories.
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the WhatsApp legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Anytime I hear somebody talk about what happened in sparring, I'm hearing all these magnificent sparring stories. That's what I think about. You know he beat him in sparring. What you think will happen to him if they really get the ring and fight?
Turn around. Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it is what it is. Shout out to, hey, listen, man, happy birthday to Miss Connie.
Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love me.
You know, I want to dedicate this show to the hood.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I will give everybody a shout out after these messages. Hey, man, shout out to the one, Mr. Ham. Shout out to Mo Easy. Shout out to Jamie from New York. As a matter of fact, you know, we got to do priority over here. Priority are the members. So let me do this. If you're a member, memberships. Let's give a shout out. Let's give a shout out to all of the members and put them on the screen. This is something new I want to do. I want to make sure I give a shout out to all of the members. So because they do help, everybody who show up here really help make this show happen. So I really appreciate everybody. Let's give a shout out to the members. So shout out to Mark, Keith's Bulldogs, E Money, WB Man, 74th Street, Massachusetts Fishing, Flex BK. Shout out to Tyrone, Swift 718, the one Mr. Ham, LJC, The Lit Reactions, Mr. Lemons, Sean from the Heights, Candy Slim, Jamal Johnson, James T. Kelly, shout out to Miss Black Panther, Warlock Boxing, shout out to Jazz Funk, Fishy on the Fights, what is it? Schoolo X-Man, Curtis Robinson, Martin King Boxing, G5, shout out to DT, Dr. Mario, shout out to Tony, Brass Garage, shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentaries, I Stay Low Key, Summer in November, Dr. Paul Evans, Kendall Price, Mr. Juan Carlo, Eric Grimey, shout out to Damien, shout out to The Natural, Green Eyes P, Jamie Vasquez, shout out to Tagada, New Era Boxing, and we can't forget about my good sister, Lisa Bells. Let's give all the members a round of applause. Shout out to the callers. Shout out to Mark from Oakland, Jamie from New York, Jared from B-More, Mark from the ATL, Corey from Texas, shout out to Giovanni from South Florida, Chrome from Savannah, Mayo from the Shy, Coach Eddie from the ATL, Ron Boy Fresh, DC, Derek from New Orleans, CJ from the 504, Smitty from Ohio. Let's give the callers a round of applause. Listen, man, shout out to Brandy, JC. Shout out to Keith's Bulldogs, New Era Boxing, Summer in November, Corey Bradley, the one Mr. Ham, Andy Payne, Mr. Giancarlo. Shout out to your boy Mambo. Who else we have? Superman, Jamie from New York, New Era Boxing, Danielle. Shout out to Danielle. Shout out to Mo Easy. Shout out to Mo Easy. Mo Easy as well. Shout out to what's over here? The other one. Shout out to Wilbur. Shout out to Texas 16 South, Cut Creator. Shout out to Mika Lovem. Shout out to Texas 16 South. And who else I have? SP Got Beats. Shout out to Corey Bradley. Shout out to Miss Connie. Shout out to Miss Black Panther. Shout out to Tagger the Gigi. Shout out to Tila. Shout out to Foodie. Shout out to Ishmael. Salute, fam. Ishmael say, you dig? Shout out to JC. Shout out to Andre. Anyone else I forgot, please forgive me. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to the Nigerian Nightmare. It is what it is, man. The old boy got to get ready to bounce. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace. I'll holler at y'all, man. Much love.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.